Chapter 21. Teaching Shabi Tai. Chen came to the outside of the cave and found a big tree with a straight trunk. Tree climbing training, I can't remember how Kakashi taught it. But it's certain to gather chakra on your feet. Try it first. Try it. Thinking of this, Chen began to make prints with his hands, then gathered all the chakras on his feet, sprinted towards the tree in front of him, and then stepped on the trunk to run up. However, after only running 5 steps, a piece was stepped on the tree trunk, and Chen also fell. Is it because I used too much chakra? Chen looked at the broken part of the tree, thinking. Try again, this time reduce the amount of chakra. Chen continued to form a seal to gather chakra. This time the amount of chakra was much less than the last time, and then rushed towards the big tree again. After only running 4 more steps, he fell again because he didn't master his balance. Is it still not good? I didn't expect it to be so difficult to maintain a certain amount of chakra. If the chakra is too strong, it will be trampled off. If it is too weak, it will not produce adhesion. Chen looked at the big tree in front of him, if something said thoughtfully. It doesn't matter, try it a few times first, and then slowly accumulate experience, you will always find a trick. Then Chen started the day's tree climbing training in the woods, walking up and down the tree again and again. It kept repeating, and Chen also gradually changed from the 5 steps at the beginning to 10 steps, 20 steps. Before you know it, a long time has passed. At this time, Chen Zhao was already exhausted and collapsed, and was resting against the tree in a state of embarrassment. I've been practicing for a day, and I've gotten a little better. I believe that I'll be successful after another day of practice. Looking at the sky, Sasuke is probably about to finish school. I'm too embarrassed now. I must go back to take a shower first, so as not to be watched by Sasuke. What happened? That's the end of today. After a short rest, Chen started flying Thunder God. Instantly disappeared into the woods, and then appeared in his room. Hey tilde, this flying Thunder God is so convenient, let's take a shower first. After Chen released the clone in the room, he went to the bathroom to take a shower. At this time, at the ninja school. Okay, today's class is here, everyone is out of school. Uruka said to the students in the class after packing up the textbooks on the podium, and then walked out of the classroom first. Yoshi, school is finally over. The students in the class cheered after Uruka walked out of the classroom, and then called for friends to go home together. Hey, Tai, where are we going to play? The 3 children yesterday came to Tai's seat in Shabi to greet him. Let's go to the old small river today to play, how about going swimming? Shabi Tai replied. Okay, let's go swimming. The children echoed. You guys don't want to go anywhere, you have to give me an explanation today. Especially you, Taichi Shabi. At this moment, Sasuke suddenly came behind those people, looked at them contemptuously and said. You, Sasuke Uchiha. The children suddenly heard Sasuke's words and turned their heads to look. It turned out to be Sasuke Uchiha, and was immediately frightened. Sasuke Uchiha, you, what do you want to do? Taichi Shabi said with a guilty conscience when he saw Sasuke approaching the door. Humph, you know what I want to do, and follow me to the training ground. Also, don't try to escape. If you dare not come, then I will find you one by one. Sasuke said a word to them. After that, he turned around and walked to the training ground. Wow, what's going on? Could it be Taichi Shabi and the others who provoked Sasuke Uchiha? At this time, everyone in the class heard what Sasuke said to Taichi Shabi and the others, and they were all discussing gloatingly. Who made them so arrogant before? It must be Sasuke Uchiha who doesn't like them and wants to teach them a lesson. Haha, I'm sure that Taichi Shabi and the others will be taught a bad lesson by Sasuke Uchiha. They deserve it. Let's go and see what's going on. It seems that Tai Shabi and the others are really unpopular in the class. The classmates in the class can't stand them, they all sneer and look at them with gloating eyes. Taichi, what should I do? You must have beaten Uchiha Chen yesterday, so Sasuke Uchiha came to the door. A child asked Shabi Taichi. Sasuke Uchiha must be looking for us to settle accounts, or how about we don't go? Another child said in fear. You are stupid. Sasuke Uchiha just said that if we don't go, he will go to us one by one. At that time, we will face him alone. Do you think you can deal with Uchiha by yourself? Sasuke, said the last child. What should I do with this? Taichi, it's all of you. Yesterday, you had to deal with that Uchiha-chen. Now, his brother Uchiha Sasuke has come to us, and we have been implicated by you. Quote. That's right, we told you yesterday not to bully that Uchiha-chen. You just don't listen. What should you do now? It's obviously your own hands, and you have to drag us down. The three children complained to Shabi-Tai. Okay, it's too late to say this now. What are you afraid of? Let's go over and see what he wants to do. Don't you dare to fight with us. We have 4 people, he is only 1, what are you afraid of? Let's go over, Tai said to the 3 children, and the 3 children heard what Shabi-Tai said. Think about it, yes. There are 4 of us, and he is the only one, so are we still afraid of him? Thinking of this, the 3 children were not so scared anymore. Following Shabi-Tai, he also walked towards the school's training ground. The 4 came to the training ground and found that Sasuke Uchiha was waiting for them, and the class was watching them with schadenfreude. Sasuke Uchiha, what do you want to do? What's the matter with us? Tai Shabi glanced at the 3 people around him, and asked Sasuke with courage. You know what I'm looking for from you. What did you do last night? Sasuke looked at Taichi Shabi contemptuously and said indifferently. We didn't do anything last night, said a child beside Tai Shabi with a guilty conscience. Humph, don't you dare to admit it. Weren't you guys very good last night? You dare to bully my brother Uchiha-chen while I'm away. Although I hate him, he is my brother no matter what, isn't it? You can bully you casually, Sasuke said. What? How dare you bastards bully Chen? Ino in the crowd jumped out angrily when he heard Sasuke's words, wanting to teach Taichi Shabi and the others to avenge Chen. Ino, don't go over, Sasuke will handle it, calm down first. Sakura comforted Ino while pulling Ino. Where's Chen-jun? How is Chen-jun? Koino asked Sasuke worriedly. Humph, that idiot is fine, he just suffered from some flesh and blood. Sasuke replied coldly when he saw Xiaojing asking. You, what do you want? Shabi-Tai knew that he couldn't hide it, so he simply admitted it. How's it going? Of course you all have to pay the same price, Sasuke said to the 4 of them, Taichi Shabi. Sasuke Uchiha, don't be too arrogant, don't think we're afraid of you. Tai Shabi said to Sasuke. That's right, there are 4 of us, and we're afraid you won't succeed. Humph, let's go together then, I want to see how good you rubbish are, Sasuke said contemptuously to them. Bastard, it's too much to deceive people, let's go together. Shabi-Tai saw that Sasuke actually asked them to be compared to garbage, he couldn't bear it, he greeted a few friends next to him, and rushed towards Sasuke. Go to hell, Shabi-Tai raised his fist and waved at Sasuke's face, but was easily avoided by Sasuke. The few friends in the back also followed and shot at Sasuke. And Sasuke seemed to be just avoiding their attacks and didn't make a move. Are you all capable of this? Garbage. Sasuke became impatient when he saw the attack of Taichi Shabi. He grabbed a fist that was hitting him with his left hand, and without looking at who it was, he punched the opponent in the face with his right hand and directly knocked the opponent down. In the end, Shabi-Taichi's tails of the cranes were of course not Sasuke's opponents, and they were all beaten to the ground and wailing. Sasuke walked to a child who fell on the ground and put his foot on his head. Remember, if you dare to offend me Uchiha in the future, I will definitely entertain you, garbage. Don't dare, we didn't bully Uchiha-chen, it was Shabi-Taichi, he did it all alone. The child broke down and cried. Yes, it's all Shabi-Taichi. He was taught by Uchiha-chen before. I saw that he was the same person as Uchiha last night, so I wanted to take revenge on him, so I beat Uchiha, no matter what. Our business. Yeah, I really don't care about our business. We all persuaded him at the time, but he just wouldn't listen. The three children complained about Taichi Shabi one by one. If it weren't for Taichi Shabi, they wouldn't have been beaten so badly by Sasuke Uchiha. It was Taichi Shabi who dragged them down. Bastard, what are you talking about? Shabi Tai roared, staring at the three of them when he saw that his former friends had betrayed him one by one. P.S. Oops, sorry, the kitten really doesn't know how to write about fighting, let's make up your own mind. I'll study this aspect of fighting later. For collection, for flowers. Chapter 22, The Road Ahead. The three children complained about Taichi Shabi one by one. If it weren't for Taichi Shabi, they wouldn't have been beaten so badly by Sasuke Uchiha. It was Taichi Shabi who dragged them down. Bastard, what are you talking about? Shabi Tai roared, staring at the three of them when he saw that his former friends had betrayed him one by one. You did it yourself, are we wrong? That's right. The three children were also angry. They had nothing to do with them, but they were implicated by that Shabi Tai. He was beaten for no reason, and anyone would be upset if he changed it. How dare you yell at them? Do you really think they are easy to bully? That's it. Sasuke retracted his foot that was on a child's head, walked to Taichi Shabi, lowered his head and stared at him contemptuously. You have already avenged Uchiha-chen. What else do you want? Shabi Taichi saw Sasuke staring at him and shouted in horror. Humph! Whoever dares to insult me Uchiha, I will make him pay the price. Sasuke suddenly raised his right foot and stepped on Shabi Taichi's thigh. Ah tilde, Shabi Tai screamed. Apologies, Sasuke said indifferently. Bastard, bastard, Shabi Tai wailed and cursed. Huh, Sasuke frowned when he saw that Taichi Shabi dared to yell. Then he lifted his foot up again and stomped it down again. Sorry, say you won't dare in the future. Ah tilde bastard, Sasuke Uchiha. I'm going to kill you, I must kill you. Shabi Tai shouted in a hoarse voice. Seeing the tragic state of Taichi Shabi, the surrounding students were frightened by Sasuke, and they all pleaded with Sasuke, and some even ran to find the teacher. Humph! Sasuke ignored the pleas of the students around him, but raised his foot and stomped again. Apologize. Say you won't dare in the future. Ah tilde tilde I am sorry. Shabi Taichi cried, unable to bear the pain anymore. But Sasuke didn't let him go, but kicked him again. Humph! It's too low. Ah tilde tilde I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't dare anymore, I'll never do it again. At this time, Shabi Tai had collapsed and kept crying. Stop, what are you doing? At this moment, Uruka suddenly came. Uruka, who had already returned to the office, packed up her textbooks and was about to go home. Suddenly, a student in the class ran into the office and told him that Sasuke Uchiha and Taichi Shabi had a fight, and they were at the training ground. This is incredible, there are students fighting in the school. If there is an accident, it will be troublesome. After hearing the news, Uruka was so frightened that he immediately rushed over to the training ground. You bastards, why are you fighting? Uruka is very angry now that there are students fighting and fighting under his nose, and they are so hard. Sasuke Uchiha, say it. Hey, they lost to me in the last confrontation training. They wanted to take revenge, but they didn't dare to come to me. In the end, they together bullied that idiot Uchiha-chen. No matter who it was, they bullied me Uchiha. I will make them pay the price. Sasuke looked at Uruka expressionlessly. But are you hitting too hard? Uruka scolded Sasuke. They brought it up on their own. Bastard, you. Uruka heard Sasuke's words and was so angry that she was speechless. You bastards all come to the office with me. Uruka shouted at Sasuke and Taichi Shabi on the ground, then turned to the students who were watching. Don't watch anymore, go back quickly. Go home. After speaking, he came to Shabi Tai, picked him up, and then walked to the office first. Hey, no matter who it is, if he dares to offend me Uchiha, I will definitely make him pay the price. Sasuke said to the classmates in a stern manner, and then ignored the reactions of those people and followed up with Ikea. Ruka left the training ground. Seeing Shabi Tai's miserable appearance, everyone swallowed. There is only one thought in my mind, that is, you must not provoke Sasuke Uchiha, otherwise it will be very miserable, and the end of Taichi Shabi is the proof. Xiaojing, let's go see Chenjin together. I don't know how Chenjin is injured. After seeing the end of the matter, Ino came to Xiaojing, took her hand and said anxiously, "Well, let's go together." Xiaojing was also very worried at this time, so he left with Ino. "Ino, where are you going?" Sakura asked quickly when she saw that Ino wanted to leave with Xiaojing. "Let's go and see how Chenjun is doing. Xiao Ying, go back first." Ino replied to Xiao Ying, and then hurried away with Xiaojing without looking back. Ino. Sakura looked at the figures of Ino and Xiaojing leaving with complicated eyes, and she didn't know what she was thinking. On the other side, Chen has washed away his embarrassment. He didn't know what happened in the ninja school today, and is now lying on the tatami mat thinking about his future plans. "I'm over 9 years old this year, and now I have at least the strength of Chunin. After all, I have mastered the 2 powerful skills of Chidori and Flying Thunder God. Coupled with Senguyu's Riding Wheel Eye, even if Joinin should be able to fight reluctantly. Even if he can't win, he will definitely be able to retreat. But this is not enough. If you have such strength, let alone seek revenge from Danzo, even if you are in Shinobi. It is also difficult for the world to gain a foothold. You can't get points in the village, so the improvement of strength is too slow. I must escape from Konoha, and if I leave Konoha, I will have no shelter from the village. In addition, without the protection of the village, it is very dangerous in the ninja world. Therefore, we must improve our strength as soon as possible. You must know that the plot will start in about 2 years. After Sasuke and the others graduate, they will usher in the Chunin exam, and Orochimaru's Konoha collapse plan. At that time, Konoha will be very chaotic, must seize that rare opportunity to earn some points. Therefore, in the past 2 years, I must have at least the strength of the Jinin level. Then when Yin-Ren helped Sasuke defect to Orochimaru, he secretly followed them out of the village. That's fine, then Konoha's people will definitely think that Sasuke took me away together, and they won't notice me. After all, in the eyes of Konoha's senior management, I am already an irrelevant person, and it is impossible to go to Sasuke to verify it. Even if you want to verify it, you must find Sasuke. Chen-jun, are you there? Xiaojing and I are here to see you. At this moment, Ino's shout came from outside the house, and Chen, who was thinking about something, was interrupted. Huh, is it Ino and Xiaojing? How did these 2 girls come? Chen was still thinking about why Ino and Xiaojing suddenly came. Ino and Xiaojing had already pushed open the door of his room and entered. Because Sasuke is not at home now, the 2 of them didn't care about how long they came indirectly. Chen-jun, how are you? The 2 women asked directly in front of Chen, who were concerned about him. What's wrong with me? I'm fine, Chen said suspiciously. Did they know that I was bullied by Tai Shabi? It's okay, it's okay. Ino breathed a sigh of relief when he saw that Chen seemed to be okay. But he said bitterly, this Shabi Tai is so hateful, I really want to beat him up. Okay Ino, didn't that Shabi Taichi also pay the price? He has been taught so badly by Sasuke. You must not dare to bully Chen again in the future. Xiaojing comforted him. I see, it must have been Sasuke who taught Taichi Shabi a lesson in school, so they knew it. Although Chen didn't know how Sasuke taught Taichi Shabi a lesson, but when he heard what Xiaojing said, he felt it must be miserable. But that Shabi Tai brought it on himself. Chen-jun, are you feeling better now? Do you remember what happened in the past? Xiaojing asked Chen with concern. What happened in the past? What happened in the past? I don't know. Chen still showed his usual appearance. Why do you keep asking me about the past? The past, it's so annoying. It's okay, it's okay. Don't be angry if you don't think about it. Seeing that Chen seemed to be angry, Ino said quickly. Really, Sasuke didn't force me to say anything about the past, you keep asking me. Chen pretended to be unhappy. Sorry, we won't ask this, let's talk about something else. Chen-jun, don't be angry. Xiaojing also quickly comforted Chen. After that, Ino and Xiao Ino just chatted casually with Chen, and did not dare to ask him about the past. In the end, it was very late, Sasuke had already returned, and the two had to leave. Chen-jun, I'll see you later, we'll go back first. Goodbye. Well, bye. These two girls, really. Chen looked at the backs of Ino and Xiaojing as they left, and smiled bitterly. P.S. This chapter seems to have written Sasuke too coldly, because this chapter was written in a hurry, because I accidentally fell asleep last night and only wrote it in the morning. Let's just watch it, it's a transitional chapter anyway. Upload it first and edit it later. In addition, ask for flowers, ask for collections. Chapter 23. The plot begins. After that, Ino and Xiao Ino just chatted casually with Chen, and did not dare to ask him about the past. In the end, it was very late, Sasuke had already returned, and the two had to leave. Chen-jun, I'll see you later, we'll go back first. Goodbye. Well, bye. These two girls, really. Chen looked at the backs of Ino and Xiaojing as they left, and smiled bitterly. Silent night ... The next day, after Sasuke went to school as usual, Chen then went to the woods to continue training to climb trees. At this time, Chen is hanging upside down on the branch, without borrowing any foreign objects, just sticking to the trunk with the soles of his feet, hanging upside down. Chakra needs to use mental energy, so you can't be too nervous or too desperate. If you focus on the tree naturally, you can stick to it. Chen said proudly, hanging upside down on the tree. Ding! The host completes the task, tree climbing training. Task reward, 300 points, 2,643 existing points. 300 points are enough to exchange for shadow clones. System, give me the technique to exchange shadow clones. Chen thought of the importance of shadow clones, and the separated shadow clones will evenly distribute the chakra of the main body. Shadow avatar is a kind of ninjutsu that can quickly improve practice, because the practice done by avatar will eventually be aggregated into the main body. The advantage of the shadow clone technique is that it can improve the combat power and practice of the main body. The disadvantage is that the shadow clone will equally divide the chakra of the main body, which will consume a lot of chakra and fatigue accumulation of the main body. The characteristics of multiple shadow clones are that there are more techniques than shadow clones in number, and what each clone experienced after disappearing will be conveyed to the main body one by one. Naruto used multiple shadow clones to practice, resulting in the experience gained. The number of shadow clones is doubled. For the average shadow avatar user, considering the amount of chakra, most of them are suitable for several avatars. The chakra of each avatar after the multiple shadow avatars will be very small due to the huge number, and the exhaustion will also be superimposed on the body, which will endanger life. So in Konoha, the first Hokage banned this technique considering that most people could not use this dangerous technique. In short, Chen must improve his strength as soon as possible to prepare for his escape in the future, so using shadow clones to practice is a good way. Answer to the host. Shadow clone technique, item type, skill, item level, class B, points to be exchanged, 2000, do you want to exchange? Yes. Well, after enjoying the favor of Nguyen Lujun once again, Chen has mastered the skill of Shadow Avatar, which can be called a plugin. Of course, only people like Naruto who have to spill out a lot of chakra can be considered as a plugin. After all, the number of his multiple shadow avatars is hundreds of thousands, while ordinary people can only separate a few. Try it first. Chen started chakra with a seal on both hands. Bang! A puff of smoke suddenly appeared beside Chen, and then a clone identical to Chen appeared out of thin air. Is this the shadow clone? What a wonderful feeling, Chen sighed. Let's see if we can get a few more. After that, Chen divided a total of 2 clones, and the previous one added up to a total of 3 clones, with my current chakra, is 3 clones already the limit? But it's enough. For the sake of safety, let's remove one first. Chen said and removed one of the clones. Okay, the next one is to practice treading water first, the other is to practice taijutsu, and the main body, just practice ninjutsu. Don't act after saying that. After training until it was almost time, he launched Fei Lei Shen and returned home. After returning home, Chen did not dare to release the shadow clone immediately, but took a shower and then lay down on the tatami in the room before releasing it. Just as soon as the avatar was released, a sense of fatigue hit, and the whole body was even more sore. I'm going, I can't stand it just with 2 more avatars to practice, I'm so tired. Naruto's physique and chakra volume were really enviable. Chen fell asleep unknowingly, and he didn't wake up until Sasuke brought him in after he came back from practice and made dinner. From then on, Chen would use the technique of flying thunder gods to come to the laboratory in the woods to practice every day when Sasuke went to school. Every day is constantly repeating the practice, time goes by day, Chen is also growing up day by day, and the strength is constantly getting stronger. The dividing line. More than 2 years later. In the Hokage office building, a group of Junin is waiting for the 3 generations of Hokage to speak. Among these Junin, there are Kakashi Hatake, Hong Yuhi, Asuma Sarutobi and other future Konoha 12 Shaoqiang from the original book. Teacher. Lord Hokage, is there an important mission to call us here so late? One of the Junin asked. Yeah, it's not a big deal, because there will be a group of students graduating from the ninja school today. According to Konoha's practice, 3 lower ninjas will form a group, and then 1 Shangnin will lead the team. So I called you all here today to let everyone here brings a group. The 3 generations said after taking a puff of cigarettes. Leading the team, that's the case. Joshinin understood why Hokage called them. Okay, here's a list of students, which has been divided into groups. Tomorrow you can go and pick up your students according to the list. Sandai handed over a stack of papers on the table to a Junin, then let him send it to everyone one by one. Ah, I have to take students again, and I have to say goodbye to the leisurely days. Well, but it doesn't matter, no one will pass that test anyway, so let's play games with those little devils. Get the list after that. Kakashi put it into his pocket without looking at it. Anyway, it's better to be there later tomorrow. Those Junin will take their students away first, and the last remaining ones are my students, and then all will be left. Just a simple self-introduction. Quote. Is there any objection? Sandai asked the Junin below. No, the Junin replied. In that case, you should go back and prepare first. Lord Sandai, then we will leave first. The Shang Ninmen bowed to the 3rd generation and were about to leave. Oh, Kakashi, don't go yet, I'll tell you something. 3 generations said to Kakashi who was about to go out. Huh, Kakashi asked suspiciously, 3 generations, is there anything else? Yes, did you read the list just now? The 3rd generation smoked a cigarette and said to Kakashi, the students you brought this time are extraordinary. Huh, hearing Sandai's words made Kakashi a little curious, who could make Sandai attach so much importance to him, and he specially kept him to explain. He opened the list in his hand and glanced at it. Kakashi was a little surprised by the name on it. Sasuke Uchiha, Naruto Uzumaki. Kakashi looked at the 3 generations in surprise. This is. The 3rd generation took a cigarette and said to Kakashi, well, the identities of these 2 children are extraordinary. Sasuke Uchiha is an orphan of the Uchiha family. He is very talented, and he is also the strongest among this group of students. And this Uzumaki Naruto, you should know, his identity is even more important. Obito's clan and the teacher's child. That's right, Naruto is the child of Minato and Kushina. At the same time, he is also the 3rd generation of the 9-tailed man Zuri. The 3 continued, when I was giving birth in Kushina, I was taken advantage of by a mysterious person. After entering, he released the 9 tails sealed in Kushina's body, and controlled the 9 tails to attack the village, resulting in heavy casualties in the village. Sealed in the body of the newly born Naruto, that disaster was subsided. The third generation smoked a cigarette, walked to the window of the office, looked at the village outside and said, Minato and Kushina originally wanted to make Naruto the hero of the village, but... However, Naruto was regarded as the incarnation of the Nine Tails by the people in the village. Since childhood, he has suffered from indifference and bullying, and we are not allowed to approach Naruto, right? Kakashi interrupted the three generations coldly. Hey tilde. Sandai sighed and continued, for some reason, I can't disclose Naruto's life experience. And in order to protect Naruto, I also issued a seal order, but I didn't expect Naruto to endure it anyway. So many grievances. I failed Minato's expectations and failed to take care of Naruto. I'm really sorry for Minato and Kushina. Seeing that all three generations said this, Kakashi didn't bother about Naruto anymore. Instead, look at the last person on the list. Haruno Sakura. Is it a special identity? No, this Haruno Sakura, she is just an ordinary civilian ninja, and there is nothing special about her. Sandai shook his head. Oh, by the way, doesn't Uchiha have another child? Kakashi suddenly thought of another Uchiha clan, and asked Sandai. Yeah, that's right, there is another one. That child's name is Uchiha Chen, and he and that Uchiha Sasuke are brothers. I heard that this Uchiha Chen was also a genius before, and he was even more powerful than that Uchiha Sasuke when he was at the ninja school. Yes, the talent of this child Chen is indeed higher than that of Sasuke. It's a pity that many years ago, because of the tragedy of Uchiha, he suffered a serious mental blow and became a fool who can't even take care of his own life. Since then, there has been no more. I went to the ninja school, I have been hiding at home and let Sasuke take care of it, it is basically abolished. The three generations said regretfully. Is that so? P.S. I don't want any more water, I'll go directly to the plot, I hope you don't blame me. In addition, ask for flowers, ask for collections, ask for rewards. Chapter 24, Chunin Exam. I heard that this Uchiha Chen was also a genius before, and he was even more powerful than that Uchiha Sasuke when he was at the ninja school. Yes, the talent of this child Chen is indeed higher than that of Sasuke. It's a pity that many years ago, because of the tragedy of Uchiha, he suffered a serious mental blow and became a fool who can't even take care of his own life. Since then, there has been no more. I went to the ninja school, I have been hiding at home and let Sasuke take care of it, it is basically abolished. The three generations said regretfully. Is that so? Kakashi felt a pity, but didn't think much about it. Anyway, that's all I have to say. You can find out for yourself after you meet them tomorrow. I understand, but even if they are the children of Obito's clansmen and teachers, if they don't pass that test, I won't let them become my students. Even so, Kakashi still intends to give them a little hint. That test, I believe Naruto and the others will not let you down, Sandai said to Kakashi. I hope so. Then, I'll leave first. Kakashi saluted the three generations. Go, Sandai waved his hand, motioning for Kakashi to step back. Kakashi did not return to his home after leaving the Hokage office building, but came to the Konoha Memorial Monument. Obito, teacher, Lin, I'm coming to see you again. I'm going to be the team leader again tomorrow, and this time the students are actually the children of Obito's clan and the teacher, but even so, I will not they have any kind of water release. People who break the rules and iron laws of the ninja world are called trash. But people who don't know how to value their companions are not even trash. That's what you taught me, Obito. If they don't pass that test, then I have to let them continue to stay at the ninja school. After all, ninjas who can't work in teams will only die faster on the battlefield. On the other side, Chen was lying on the tatami and thinking about something. Today, Chen went to the laboratory in the woods to practice as usual, and then returned home and found that there was something on Sasuke's forehead. Protect your forehead, symbol of the forehead of the ninja. In other words, Sasuke and the others graduated from ninja school today, so the plot has already begun. Chen thought to himself. According to the plot of the original book, Tomorrow Sasuke, Naruto and Sakura will be divided into a group, and then they will meet Kakashi, and Kakashi will test them the day after the meeting, if nothing else. Sasuke and the others will pass Kakashi's test and become the 7th class, and they will be escorting tasks soon. The plot has finally started, and I will be able to leave Konoha soon. Chen thought excitedly, it's really exciting. The next day, Sasuke went to school as usual to meet their leading teacher Kakashi. After a brief self-introduction, Kakashi sent them all home and tested them the next day. As in the original, there was a survival drill. At the beginning, Sasuke and the others fought on their own, and were abused by Kakashi and were powerless to fight back. And Naruto was tied to a tree because he wanted to steal a bento by himself. Kakashi told the 3 of them that they were all unqualified, and then told them about the importance of teamwork. In the end, he also expressed his willingness to give them another chance, but it would increase the difficulty of the test. Only those who want to challenge can eat bento, but it is absolutely not allowed to eat it for Naruto, because it is a punishment for Naruto who does not obey the rules and wants to eat alone. If someone gives him food, he will be eliminated immediately. However, Sasuke disobeyed Kakashi's warning and distributed the lunch to Naruto when he heard the sound of Naruto's hungry stomach, and said that the 3 of them went to grab the bell in the afternoon, not wanting Naruto to get in the way at that time. Just when Sakura was about to feed the bound Naruto to eat lunch, Kakashi suddenly appeared in front of them, using ninjutsu to create a scene of wind whistling, lightning and thunder to pressure Sasuke and them, and asked them why disobey his rules. Sasuke and the others said that the 3 of them are a group, and they should be of one mind. After that, Kakashi saw that they had understood the importance of the team, and announced that they were all qualified and said to them that other teams had taken this test before, but none of them had passed the test successfully. Sasuke and the others were the first groups that successfully passed this test. At the end, Kakashi told them, those who break the rules and iron laws of the ninja world are called trash. However, those who don't know how to value their companions are not even trash. The 7th shift starts its mission tomorrow. After that, the 7th class would go to the Hokage building every day to pick up some tasks of chopping wood, carrying water, and picking up garbage in the river. After a long time, Naruto got tired of these small tasks and expressed that he wanted to accept more advanced tasks. The last 3 generations took it. Naruto had no choice, so he gave the 7th class AC level task to escort a bridge building expert to the country of waves safely. After that, everyone in the 7th class went home to prepare. I'm going to do a task tomorrow, and I'm going to leave the village for a few days. I've already explained to the owner of Yeel Ramen that when I'm not around, he will have people bring you ramen every day, so you can be honest with me. Really stay at home, don't go out, hear me? Sasuke returned home, packed his luggage, and came to Chen's room and said to Chen on the tatami. Sasuke, where are you going? I'm going too. Chen got up and said to Sasuke. Idiot, I'm going to perform a mission. How could I bring you such an idiot who gets in the way and stay at home honestly for me, an idiot that will only drag people down. Sasuke scolded Chen angrily. Oh, I see, I'll stay at home and wait for Sasuke to come back. I'm not going anywhere. Chen pretended to be very aggrieved and said to Sasuke disappointedly. Humph, just understand, it's better not to cause me any trouble, or I'll make you look good when I come back. Sasuke warned Chen before leaving Chen's room. Going out on a mission. This must be the mission in the original book to escort the bridge builder named Dasna to the land of waves. After they return from the mission, it will be the Chunin exam. I just have more time when Sasuke is gone. Cultivation. When Orochimaru launches the Konoha collapse plan, take advantage of the chaos to kill a few more ninjas to earn points. Chen has already thought about it. The next day, Sasuke went out with his luggage very early to go to the entrance of the village to gather with Naruto, but Kakashi did not appear until noon, and then after Kakashi showed the proof of leaving the village, they stepped out of the wood together. Yi walked in the direction of the country of waves. At this time, both Naruto and Sasuke were very excited. After all, it was their first time out of the village when they grew up. They even forgot what they had waited so long for Kakashi to be late. And Chen also came to the old laboratory in the woods after Sasuke left home and started to practice. Although Sasuke was gone, Chen still left a shadow clone, because the owner of Yil Ramen would let his daughter Iris at mealtime bring ramen to Chen. Not only that, Chen also channeled a little poodle, and let him be responsible for investigating the movements in Konoha village. A few days later, due to the upcoming Chunin exam, some ninjas from the small ninja village appeared in Konoha one after another, including the ninjas from the Sandian village, which are also the 5 major ninja villages. Since Sandian village was a defeated country in the Third Ninja World War, according to the treaty signed by the two countries, Sandian village lost the right to take the Chunin exam in its own village, and all the lower ninjas must go to Konoha village to pass. Only the Chunin exam can become a Chunin, and those ninjas in the small village do not have that condition, or because Konoha's Chunin exam is more authoritative, so they all come to Konoha to take the Chunin exam. It's really lively. Now Konoha is a mix of dragon and fish. I have to be careful, maybe that Orochimaru is already in Konoha. That pervert is very jealous of Uchiha's body. I am 1,000 don't get his idea. Seeing the information passed by the little poodle, Chen also became alert. In the original book, Orochimaru lost to Uchiha Itachi because of eating the Sharingan, and has been obsessed with Sharingan ever since. Although in the original work, he put his mind on Sasuke, it is impossible to guarantee that he will not be interested in Chen, who is also Uchiha, although the current Uchiha Chen is already a waste. Chen stopped training when he found out that there were more outsiders in the village. He didn't want to have any accident, he just stayed in his room and sleep. A few days later, the 7th class who went out to perform the mission returned to Konoha. Like the plot in the original book, Naruto and the others first had a conflict with the 3 of Sandians Gaara, Kankuro, and Temari. And finally learned of the upcoming Chunin exam. And the leading teachers of the Konoha 12 Xiaoqiang, Matekai, Kakashi, Yuhika, and Sarutobi Asma also recommended their students to the 3 generations to take the Chunin exam. My current strength should have reached the level of Jonin. When Konoha collapses the plan, I will earn some points. With my current strength, it should not be a problem. Chen lay on the tatami and thought. Chen has been cultivating for more than 2 years and never dared to relax, so his strength has also increased greatly. With the impression of the previous life, the ninjutsu of Chidori has derived the skills of Chidori Style and Chidori Sharp Spear. The finger gun is also practiced into the 10-finger gun, and the 6-type Profound Truth, 6 Kings gun. These skills were all discovered by Chen himself, not exchanged by the system. I have to say that Chen's talent is indeed very high. It's really exciting. P.S. The protagonist is about to escape from Konoha. Are you looking forward to it? Haha. Ask for flowers, ask for collections, ask for monthly passes, ask for rewards, all kinds of requests. Chapter 25. During the Chunin exam. Chen has been cultivating for more than 2 years and never dared to relax, so his strength has also increased greatly. With the impression of the previous life, the ninjutsu of Chidori has derived the skills of Chidori Style and Chidori Sharp Spear. The finger spear has also been trained into the 10-finger spear, and the 6-type Profound Meaning, 6 King Spear. These skills were all developed by Chen himself, and were not exchanged by the system. I have to say that Chen's talent is indeed very high. It's really exciting. At this time, a group of ninjas were gathered in the Naruto office building. Among them is the ninja school Chunin, but most of them are the ninja teachers who lead the team, and everyone is waiting for the words of the 3 generations of Hokage. Look at my expression, everyone knows it, the time has come. The 3rd generation took a sip from the pipe and said to the people below. This matter has been announced to other countries, and many ninjas from other villages have appeared in Konoha. The 3rd generation son Asma Sarutobi, the bearded uncle also had a cigarette in his mouth, said to the 3 generations. Are the Sarutobi family all smokers? Hey, when will it start? Yuhi Kung asked softly. A week later. So soon. Kakashi said. Sandai took a deep breath and spit it out. Stand up from the chair. Now, I officially announce that the Chunin selection test will be held on July 1st in a week, and the meeting is now adjourned. Yes, everyone replied, and then went back to tell their students. After receiving the notification from their teacher, Konoha's genin members are all nervously preparing. Finally, after a week, the much-anticipated Chunin selection finally kicked off. First of all, Shamanen who needs to participate in the selection needs to go to the classroom arranged by Konoha to take a written test. And Sasuke and the others, like in the original work, had a conflict with the third team led by Matekai, and Sasuke had a confrontation with Rock Lee, who was also one of Xiaoqiang. It is worth mentioning that in the original book, Sasuke lost to Rock Lee in this duel, but not this time. Because 3 years ago, he was stimulated by the mysterious Root and the people of Anbu in the woods. Now Sasuke is practicing harder than in the original book, and his strength is also a bit stronger than in the original book, so the duel with Xiaoli it was not defeated, but a draw. But it was just that Xiaoli had not used his full strength at the time, and was stopped by the appearance of Matekai. Then Kai and Xiaoli showed a deep master-disciple relationship in front of the three of them in the 7th class, which shocked everyone. Tender. Before Xiaoli left, he specially informed Sasuke that he did not use his full strength in the confrontation just now, and there was a genin stronger than him in his team. He participated in the Chunin selection to defeat him, and Sasuke also his goal. Next, the Ju Xiaoqiangs from the same session met in the examination room, and the senior pharmacist came out to show off his information, and then staged a double rehearsal with a few people from Yinan village, and then led by the rogue uncle Morina Ibiki as the invigilator his rogue legion appeared and announced the beginning of the exam. The exam was conducted in which the candidates showed their magical powers and used various secret techniques to cheat. At the last moment of the exam, Ibiki proposed the 10th question to the candidates present, and said to the candidates, "First of all, I let you choose the exam. Or do not take the 10th question. If you choose not to take the exam, the score will become 0, which means you will lose the right to take the exam. Of course, other people in the same family will also be eliminated. In addition, there is a rule. If you choose to take the exam, you cannot if you answer correctly, the candidate will be permanently disqualified from taking the Chunin exam. However, I am not denying you a way back. Those who are not confident can choose not to take the exam and take the exam next year or the year after. Then start now. Well, those who choose not to take the test raise their hands, and after confirming the number, get out of here immediately." Under such pressure, many candidates could not bear this pressure and offered to withdraw one after another, but the last remaining candidates finally broke their uneasiness under Naruto's bloody declaration and chose to stay. In the end, Moriibi announced to the remaining candidates that all the remaining candidates passed. Next, after Ibiki preached to the candidates, Midori Red Bean made a strong appearance, and announced that she was the invigilator of the second examination room, arrogantly said to the candidates present, "In the second examination, I will brush half of it. The number of people above, I will explain in detail when you arrive at the examination room tomorrow. The meeting place, time, etc., go to ask your respective guides, and just like that, disband." The next day, the candidates got information from their respective guides, and they all gathered at the entrance of the number 44 exercise field. After Midori Red Bean announced the rules and signed a life and death certificate, they each stepped into the entrance of the number 44 exercise field. In the training ground called Death Forest. However, this group of candidates has infiltrated a remarkable character, that is Uncle Snake, one of Konoha Sanin, but now he is the S-rank rebel Lengjun, Orochimaru. Sasuke and Sakura are attacked by Orochimaru in the Forest of Death shortly after the second part of the Chunin exam begins. Under Orochimaru's death preview technique, Sasuke was so terrified that he was trembling so much that he was basically unable to fight back. Just when Sasuke was about to hand over the scroll to Orochimaru in order to save his life, Naruto appeared at the right time and stopped Sasuke. When Naruto and Orochimaru were fighting, Sasuke was surprised to find that Naruto was agile, not the tail of a crane at all. Although Naruto couldn't defeat Orochimaru, this move inspired Sasuke's fighting spirit. He restrained Orochimaru with a Fuma shuriken tied to a thread, and burned Orochimaru's face with a fire escape ninjutsu extension. Just when Sasuke thought he had defeated Orochimaru, out of satisfaction with Sasuke's ability, Orochimaru planted the curse of the sky on Sasuke. Sasuke fell in pain, and before Orochimaru left, he told Sakura that Sasuke would come to him sooner or later to gain strength. Because of the curse mark, Sasuke lost consciousness like Naruto. Sakura is taking care of him. At this moment, a group of voices were ordered by Orochimaru to kill Sasuke. Sakura and Lee Luohu came, and the 10th class struggled with the 3 Yin-Nin, but the battle was unfavorable. Sakura was also seriously injured. The other members of the 3rd squad led by Neji arrived, and just as they were about to fight against Yin-Nin, Sasuke's body adapted to the curse and woke up. The angry Sasuke was covered in black patterns with curse marks, and attacked Sak, who didn't care about attacking Sakura. Due to the power of the spell, Sasuke has an absolute advantage. He twisted Sak's arm violently, and was ready to continue his revenge on the other 2 Tonin. Sakura noticed that Sasuke, who was in the cursed state, lost control, and hugged Sasuke, begging him to stop. Sakura's actions brought Sasuke back to normal. The terrified Tonin people left the scrolls behind and quickly fled the scene. After that, Sasuke and others all passed the 2nd exam. At this time, Hokage 3 also appeared in front of the candidates who passed the 2nd exam with a group of ninjas. He told them why the Chunin selection test was held, and then announced the content of the 3rd test. In the preliminary selection of the exam, Sasuke was the first to appear, and his opponent was the red copper armor of Yin-Nin. Before the game, Kakashi warned Sasuke not to use the power of the spell, otherwise he might be eliminated directly. After the battle started, Kai used his chakra-absorbing ninjutsu to absorb a large amount of Sasuke's chakra, giving him a great advantage. In the case of unable to use the curse mark, Sasuke slightly changed the taijutsu he copied from Shaoli into a lion bomb, and controlled the curse mark, and finally defeated the opponent with 1 move. After the game, Kakashi sealed Sasuke's spell to stop it from happening. Orochimaru suddenly appeared and told Kakashi and Sasuke that if Sasuke wanted to, the curse seal could not be sealed. Orochimaru left after confronting Kakashi for a while. The remaining candidates went through a fierce selection, and the top 9 were also decided. They are Naruto Uzumaki of Konoha, Sasuke Uchiha, Neji Hyuga, Shino Oil Girl, and Shikamaru Nara. Sand Hidden Gaara, Kankuro, Tamari 3. Toss Anvil of Tonin is alone. The final 9 candidates drew lots to determine their opponents. Since it was a single number, one of them had a bye, and Sandian's Tamari became the player of the bye. Everyone will have a formal selection in front of the Chunin. You represent the combat power of your respective countries. I hope you can play your best level at that time. Therefore, the official selection will be held in a month. The 3 generations faced him, said the candidates who have passed the pre-selection. Isn't it happening today? Naruto asked suspiciously. This month is the preparation time, that is to say, this is to make time to inform the daimyo and ninja leaders of various countries. Tell them that the pre-selection is over, and they can come to watch the official selection. At the same time, it also gives you candidates some self-improvement preparation time. Sandai said to the candidates while smoking a cigarette. I'm a little confused, what's going on? Kankuro asked angrily, confused by the long-winded 3 generations. To put it bluntly, it is to let you make targeted preparations and analyze the performance of your opponents in the qualifiers, thereby increasing your odds of winning. Although the previous battles were also actual battles, they were fighting against opponents you didn't understand. However, the official selection, the time has changed. The strength of the opponent has been shown. For the sake of fairness, everyone should use this month to make themselves stronger. Everyone has worked hard, see you in a month, and disband. Sandai said to the candidates in front of him. After explaining, they announced their dissolution and then left. All the candidates also left the examination room thoughtfully. P.S. Sorry, this chapter is so good. Let's just watch it. Anyway, it's an excessive chapter. The next chapter is the Konoha collapse plan, and the protagonist should show his skills. Ask for collections, ask for flowers, ask for rewards. Chapter 27. Konoha collapse plan starts. After the 3 generations of Hokage announced their disbandment, the genin members also left. With the help of Kakashi, Sasuke temporarily suppressed the curse mark. Although the curse mark was temporarily suppressed by Kakashi, it would happen again at any time. After all, Kakashi was not good at sealing. Kakashi originally planned to let Sasuke stay in the hospital for a few more days to wait for his health to be better before he was discharged for training, but Sasuke did not obey the order. After Kakashi left, he was also secretly discharged home. I don't know how the Chunin exam is going, Chen thought while doing nothing in the room alone. Not long after, Sasuke also returned home. Although he wanted to know the status of the Chunin exam, Chen didn't dare to ask Sasuke. As usual, the two went back to their rooms to sleep after dinner. At night, Chen suddenly woke up when he heard a painful whisper from Sasuke who lived in the next room, and Chen got up from the tatami. What's the matter? Is there something wrong with Sasuke? Go and have a look. Chen thought with some doubts, and then walked from his room to Sasuke's side. Haha Sasuke, what are you doing? I can't sleep because of the noise. Chen pushed open Sasuke's door, yawned and asked Sasuke. However, after seeing the situation in Sasuke's room, he was taken aback. At this time, Sasuke was kneeling on the ground in his pajamas, holding the left side of his neck with both hands. It looked painful but he was trying his best to endure it, and his body was shaking slightly. What's wrong with you, Sasuke? Chen asked worriedly when he saw Sasuke's appearance. Shut up. Who told you to come here? Sasuke raised his head and yelled at him when he heard Chen's voice, his face showing a hideous look because he was trying his best to endure the pain. Chen didn't care what Sasuke was saying, and ran to Sasuke to help him up. Idiot, get out of the way, don't touch me. Sasuke yelled at Chen, avoiding Chen's hand that was going to help him up. Didn't you hear? I told you to stay away from me. Sasuke suddenly stretched out his hand, grabbed Chen by the collar under his neck and threw him out the door, then closed the door again. That was the curse mark of the sky just now, Chen said thoughtfully, who was thrown out of the room. Just when Sasuke reached out to grab him, Chen discovered the curse mark on Sasuke's neck. Sasuke has been planted by Orochimaru, is it today? That is to say, the qualifiers for the Chunin selection have ended today, and then the real selection. In the original work, the official selection was at the end of the qualifiers a month later. Sasuke trained with Kakashi during that time, and also learned Kakashi's Chidori. And Naruto also met Jiraiya, one of the 3 ninjas at that time, and followed Jiraiya to practice, and also signed a contract with the Toad of Miaomu Mountain, and mastered the art of psychic. I remember the Konoha crash plan and the Chunin trials took place on the same day. Is there a month left? I can't wait, The next day, before Chen got up, Sasuke went out, probably to find Kakashi. I will practice with Kakashi for the next month. The dividing line. A month later, the Chunin trials were held as scheduled. At this time, Konoha was very lively. All villages sent representatives to Konoha, and even the 4 generations of Kazekage from Sandian village were also present. Not only that, the daimyo of the country of fire and many officials came to watch the battle. In addition to Konoha's Sasuke Uchiha and Toshin Shinobu's 2's Anvil who passed the qualifiers, the other 7 have already come to the arena, and the audience is cheering. Has Sasuke Uchiha not been found yet? Sandai asked the guards beside him in unison. Anbu has sent several groups of people to look for it, but still can't find it. Maybe, it has already fallen into the hands of Orochimaru. If this is the case, it is impossible to find him. I see. Sandai narrowed his eyes and said. At this time, the 4th generation of Mifengiying had already walked over with the guard. Oh, it's a rare visitor. A rare visitor. Lord Kazekage, please take a seat. The 3rd Hokage showed a warm look to Kazuki, and after the fourth Kazekh sat down, he said, "This journey is exhausting. Thank you for your hard work. It's fortunate that the venue is in Konoha. Although you are not too old, if you have to travel far away, Lord Hokage may not be able to bear it. I think you have decided on the 5th generation candidate earlier." He sneered at the 3 generations. Although the current Kingdom of Fire and the Kingdom of Wind belong to allied countries, the relationship between the 2 ninja villages is not very friendly. Ha, ha, ha. After hearing Feng Ying's ridicule, Sandai Hokage let out a cool laugh and said, "Don't take me for an old man. I think I can work for another 5 years. Okay, almost ready to begin." Seeing that the time was almost up, the 3 generations stood up and walked to the front of the stage, and said to the audience, "Dear guests, I sincerely thank you for coming to watch the Chunin selection test held by Konoha. The official selection competition will be held with famous players, so please enjoy watching the competition." Quote. After that, Genma Shiranui, the Invigilator, explained the rules to each player, and took out the battle list to announce the battle order. The original list of 9 people has now been changed to 8 people, and Tuzan from Yinan village has been removed from the list. Because the day before, Tuz Anvil of Tonin village unexpectedly wanted to kill Gaara in private, and then be singled in the game, so that he would have the opportunity to fight Sasuke Uchiha. But the result can be imagined, he was directly killed by Gaara, so he was also removed from the battle list. Listen, although the venue is different, as in the qualifiers, there are no rules of the game until one side dies or concedes defeat. However, when I think the victory or defeat has been decided, I will suspend the game, and no resistance is allowed. I understand, come on. Shiranui Genma held 1,000 books in his mouth and said to the 7 contestants standing in front of him, "Let's start the first round." At the beginning of the game, Naruto was the first to appear, and the opponent he encountered was Neji Hyuga, who was known as a genius. During the fight, Naruto was attacked by Neji to seal the acupoint and could not use any chakra. However, due to the guidance of Jiraiya, one of the 3 ninjas, before the test, Chakra, who released the 9 tails, defeated Neji and was cheered by the audience. Then it was Gaara vs. Uchiha Sasuke, but because Sasuke didn't appear for a long time, the 3 generations had to press the duel between Gaara and Sasuke to the last game, and let the players play the game first. The next game was originally Konoha's Oil Girl Shino against Sandian's Kankuro, but Kankuro chose to abstain because he wanted to save his strength to cope with the subsequent Konoha collapse plan, and Oil Girl Shino advanced directly. After the Oil Girl Shino was promoted, it was a duel between Cheyon's Tamari and Konoha's Shikamaru. At first Shikamaru appeared as an image of no fighting spirit and always complaining about trouble, but Shikamaru showed during the game his brilliant strategist mind. In the match with Tamari, his intelligence was even more reflected. At first, he seemed to be trying one after another in vain, trying to catch her in the wild bombardment of Tamari, but he actually let her move to a certain position, through the hole that Naruto made in the previous game, grabbed her with a shadow from behind. Just when everyone thought that Shikamaru was going to win, he hastily announced that he would give up the game and explained the reason why he gave up the game, although he had thought of 200 different strategies, but unfortunately his excessive use of shadow magic caused his death. Chakra exhausted. Second, he didn't want to hurt women. Of course, the fear of trouble is the main reason. Although Shikamaru gave up the game, his brilliant strategic sense attracted everyone, including of course Naruto-sama. So he was the only genin who was promoted after the Chunin exam. In the end, all the players have completed the game, and only the duel between Gaara and Uchiha Sasuke is left. For some unknown reason, Uchiha Sasuke never appeared. Just when Genma Shiranui was going to announce that Uchiha Sasuke abstained, Kakashi brought Sasuke to the arena in an extremely cool way. Then after some pretense, Gaara and Sasuke started a fierce battle. Although he was late for the official game, the results of Sasuke's hard work during this period were quickly shown. Gaara was so overwhelmed by his high-speed movement that he had to surround himself with sand. Sasuke took advantage of this opportunity to use Chidori for the first time, only to penetrate Gaara's absolute defense and wound the latter. Just when Gaara was about to go mad, the pharmacist Do, who was dressed as Anbu, launched the illusion, Panjingsha, and many white feathers floated from the sky. Everyone sitting in the auditorium, except Kakashi, Kai and Xiaoying were still awake, but they all fell into a coma and fell into a coma. Then, a guard of Shidai Kazekage suddenly threw a flare. The Konoha collapse plan begins. After receiving the flare, Tonin and Sand Shinobu, who had been in ambush, took action one after another. The third Hokage was also held on the roof by the fourth Kazekage, and then the four sound ninjas launched the enchantment, 4 purple flame array, to trap the third Hokage and the fourth Kazekage inside. Several Anbu thought to forcibly break through the enchantment, but was burned to death by the enchantment. I didn't expect Sandian to betray Konoha, Sandai said calmly, ignoring the kunai on his neck. The so-called treaty is just a blindfold to let the opponent relax. The boring game is over. From now on, history will be rewritten. 4 generations of Kazekage said with a sneer. Do you want to start a war? Sandai said to Kazekage. I think we should refrain from using force and use peace talks to solve the problem. It's not too late, Kazekage-sama. Sure enough, when you're old, you're at peace. Sarutobi-sensei, Shidai Kazekage sneered and said to Sandai. Orochimaru. P.S. Forgive me, another chapter of water. I promise to make the protagonist play 10 in the next chapter. Don't be impatient everyone. Chapter 28, Fishing in Troubled Waters. Sure enough, when you're old, you're at peace. Sarutobi-sensei, Shidai Kazekage sneered and said to Sandai. You are. Sandai did not have the calmness he had just now, and looked at the 4 generations of Kazekage in surprise. At this time in the arena, after Sasuke used Chidori to injure Gaara, he jumped back and distanced himself from Gaara, and then found the strangeness in the auditorium and the 4 purple flame formations. What the hell is going on? Sasuke looked at the huge square 4 purple flame formation not far away and couldn't understand the situation at all. Enough, Gaara. Just when Gaara was about to go crazy, Temari and Kankuro jumped in front of him to stop him. I'm going to kill him. Gaara ignored Temari and Kankuro, and walked towards Sasuke with a hideous expression. It's pointless to continue fighting with him, don't forget our mission. Kankuro grabbed Gaara. Go away, or even kill you. Gaara pushed Kankuro away, wanting to attack Sasuke. At this time, their guide Jun and Maki appeared in front of them. What are you guys waiting for? The battle has started. During Maki's speech, Konoha's special Jonin Shiranui Genma also appeared beside Sasuke. The 2 groups confronted each other. Gaara was seriously injured just now, and chakra consumed too much to complete the technique. Temari explained to Maki. Damn, Gaara is Sandian's trump card. No matter what, let him play a role. You all leave here first, find a way to help Gaara heal, and let him use that technique when he recovers. Maki ordered Temari, and Kankuro took Gaara away and stayed behind for them. After hearing Maki's order, Temari and Kankuro took Gaara away. Sasuke, I'm sorry, the Chunin exam is over, you are already at the level of Chunin. Since you are a ninja of Konoha, you must contribute to Konoha. Genma Shiranui stared at Maki while facing Sasuke next to him said. Is it enough to defeat Gaara? Continue the battle just now. Sasuke said indifferently. Don't chase and fight hard, now it's not an exam, but an actual battle. Humph, the purpose is the same anyway. Sasuke said and chased in the direction where the 3 of Temari fled. On the other side, inside the 4 purple flame formation. I wanted to take Sasuke away when Gaara caused chaos, but it seems that I can't do what I want. The fake 4 Kazekage said to the 3rd Hokage with a chuckle. Suoga, so that's the case, your goal is Konoha and Sasuke. Sandai Hokage said, looking at the fake Kazekage in front of him. Konoha is not that important to me yet. Compared to this, if Gaara is fully awakened, you will see something more interesting. Well, leave him alone, your stupidity has thrown Konoha into chaos. I've already won. Humph. You can't know the outcome of anything until the end. I should have taught you this. Big snake pill. Hey. Fake Cage grinned, stretched out his hand and tore off a piece of human skin from his face, revealing his true face. He was the disciple of the third Hokage, and Konoha's S-rank rebel, Lengjun Orochimaru. Orochimaru said with a sneer, I told you a long time ago to determine the candidate for the fifth Hokage. Because the third generation, that is, you, will die here later. Actually, I know this day will come sooner or later, but... Sandai closed his eyes and said to the disciple in front of him, then suddenly opened his eyes and stared at Orochimaru, don't try to take my head easily. The two masters and apprentices are also two shadow-level wars on the verge of breaking out. At this time, the civilians of Konoha ran to the shelter one after another under the command of some chunin. However, Chen did not follow those civilians to the shelter. He had been looking forward to this day for a long time, how could he hide? The show has begun, Chen said with a little excitement as he looked at the giant snakes raging in Konoha village in the distance. Ding! The system issues a war mission. Please choose a camp, the Guardian, Konoha, the Attacker, Sandian Ninja Alliance. Mission conditions. Kill the enemy camp ninja, Shangnin, 5, Chunin, 10, Shamanin, 20. Mission reward. 50,000 points. Mission failure penalty, 50,000 points deducted. Do you accept it? Quote. If the mission fails, 50,000 points will be deducted. What should I do if I don't have that many points? Wouldn't it be to kill the host? Chen asked worriedly. In the novels he read in his previous life, the protagonist's golden finger would threaten the protagonist by killing the host. If this is the case with the Powerhouse system, Chen Kai should carefully consider whether or not to accept the mission. Host, please rest assured, the problems the host is worried about will not happen. The strong system exists because of the host. The host has the highest command. If the host dies, the system will also disappear, so the system does not obliterate the host's power. The host cannot complete it. Task, the system will deduct the same amount of points. If the host has insufficient points to deduct, the system will default the host's points to a negative state, and the host will not be able to exchange any points. Negative numbers. That's it. Then there's no problem, accept the mission. Chen felt relieved when he heard the system's explanation. Please choose a camp, the Guardian, Konoha, and the Attacker, Sandy Ninja Alliance. Well, let's choose Konoha. Chen thought about it for a while, and didn't struggle too much. After all, Konoha was his hometown. Ding! The host has chosen the Konoha faction, and the hidden mission is triggered. Kill the leader of the enemy camp, Orochimaru. Mission reward. 100,000 points. The system will draw a lottery once. Mission failure penalty. None. Please join the battlefield to perform the mission. I'm going. Let me kill Uncle Snake. The system wants to harm me. Fortunately, there is no penalty for failing the mission. In short, this mission is ignored. Chen heard the follow-up mission stated by the system. Was taken aback. No matter how much, the system will exchange a set of Anbu's costumes for me first. Anbu costume. Item level. E-class. Item type. Item. Points required. 100. Do you want to exchange it? Exchange. After Chen put on Anbu's attire, he activated the instant body technique, left the house, and rushed towards the chaotic place outside. On the other hand, Kakashi and Kai sent the three of Sakura Naruto Shikamaru away and asked them to catch up with Sasuke and deal with Gaara together. And they were surrounded by a group of ninjas from Sand Ninja Village. Kakashi, let's play our XXX match. Burn, my youth. Ah da, Kai shouted excitedly to Kakashi beside him, then rushed towards the enemy in front. Really? Kakashi also rushed over. The two instantly confronted Yin Ren. Kakashi and Kai are worthy of being the elite Jonin, like wolves entering the flock, and none of the sand ninjas are enemies of unity. Too strong, we will all be killed. The remaining sands were terrified and wanted to turn around and run away. Suddenly, a cold light flashed, and a short man appeared behind them. The man was dressed as Konoha Anbu. At this moment, he was doing a movement, that is, he slowly put the knife in his hand into the one on his back. In the scabbard. Fa. What happened? Cheyenne's people still haven't figured out the situation. Immediately afterwards, without exception, those Cheyenne sprayed a blood mist from their necks. Ding! The host kills 5 chunin. Reward points, 5,000. Quote. So fast. Before those sand ninjas could react, their throats were all cut in an instant. Kai looked at Anbu in front of him and thought in shock. Kakashi looked at the little man in front of him and thought in his heart, Anbu. Sorry, I stole your prey. At this moment, the little Anbu spoke. Sounds like you're young. This person is Chen who just arrived. I don't need to say here that you don't dare to kill for the first time. You have to get used to it. Anyway, killing in Hokage is a must, so I won't waste time talking about those useless things. You are Anbu, Kai said in surprise after hearing the little man's voice. You should still be a child. You actually joined Anbu. Well, don't look surprised. Kakashi-senpai joined Anbu when I was my age. I have heard about Kakashi-senpai's deeds. Although the information of seniors is classified, seniors his reputation is too loud, and we Anbu often refer to seniors in private, but I have always been full of admiration for seniors. Compared to Kakashi-senpai, I am nothing at all. For Kakashi, and Kai said calmly. Okay, if you don't have time to delay the gossip, let's stop talking, let's go first. Chen said, ignoring Kakashi and Kai's reaction, and directly activated the teleportation technique and disappeared in front of the two of them. Kakashi. Kai wanted to say something to Kakashi. Yeah, he's right, ninjas can't despise their opponents just because they're young, or they'll pay the price. Well, since it's settled here, let's go elsewhere. That's right, our game isn't over yet, and I've already killed 17 enemies, Kakashi. Oh, I'm 18, Kakashi just said silently. Ah, as expected of my lifelong rival, Kakashi. However, I won't admit defeat. On the other side, Chen came to the top of a building and watched the chaos under Konoha. The giant snake in the distance was roaring and raging all the way, but the ninjas of Konoha failed to hurt it in the slightest. Erha, I found a good opponent for you, thank me. Then he jumped off the building, and quickly completed the seal after biting his thumb in midair. The art of psychic. P.S. Ask for flowers, ask for a reward. Chapter 29. Kill the Serpent. Chen jumped off the building and quickly completed the seal after biting his thumb in midair. The art of psychic. Bang! A burst of smoke appeared out of thin air, and then a huge creature jumped from the smoke to the ground, raising a gust of sand, and cracks appeared in the ground beneath the huge creature's feet. It is the lion dog Lu Dao Wang. And Chen also fell on Lu Dao Wang's head. At this time, Lu Dao Wang is even bigger than before. The height of more than 10 meters has grown to almost 30 meters. It is already a veritable monster. Huh, that's a psychic beast. Kakashi, who was planning to go to rescue with Kai, saw this scene after hearing the loud noise. That kid made it out. Kai also found out that he was standing on Lu Dao Wang's head, and said in surprise. "K, let's go there too, our ninjas can't stop it." Kakashi saw the raging snake over there, and Konoha's ninjas were desperately blocking, but they couldn't fight the giant snake. Inflicting damage, he said to Kai. "Yoshi!" A cough. Kai shouted excitedly, then rushed towards the direction of the giant snake. On the other hand, Chen looked at it in astonishment after he got the 6 paths Wong psychic out. This is Erha. I haven't seen each other for 3 years. Has this Erha grown to this point? This psychic beast is growing too fast. Break your little chrysanthemum. The 6 Wong gang shouted a loud slogan as soon as he appeared, and then looked around. Little devil, why did you call this uncle out again? If you still ask me to dig a hole, you will be dead. Yo, Erha, long time no see, I didn't expect you to grow so big. Chen said to Lu Dao Wang at his feet. Of course it's a good thing to call you out. There's a war going on here. Konoha is being attacked by Sandian and Yinin. I want to kill the people of Sandian and Yinin, and I need your help. Oh, war. So I can have a good time today. Hee tilde, I'm already boiling. Kid, you've finally done something right. As for those scumbags you said, leave it to me. Tonight, have a good hunt. Lu Daowang shouted excitedly, and planned to find someone to fight, but was stopped by Chen. Erha, let's talk first. You can only deal with Sha Yin and Yin Ren, don't hurt Konoha's people. I don't want to make enemies with Konoha, it will be very troublesome. At least for now, I can't provoke Konoha. Yi, do you understand? Otherwise, if there is no fight in the future, I won't call you. Chen was really afraid that Lu Daowang's battle would be frantic and chop everyone up, so he reminded Lu Daowang. Got it. What a wordy brat. Lu Daowang replied impatiently. Just when Chen was going to ask Erha to go to Yin Ren and Sha Yin for trouble, a howl suddenly came from a distance. Chen looked towards the sound, and saw a Konoha ninja being swallowed by a giant snake over there. Lose. And after swallowing a person, the giant snake raised its head and let out a burst of arrogant roars. Beasts. Chen gritted his teeth and looked at the arrogant giant snakes and said to Lu Daowang. Erha, those worms are too arrogant, kill them. Humph. Exactly what I want, I've always wanted a belt. Now I even have leather boots. Lu Daowang said and rushed in the direction of the giant snakes. At this time, Konoha's ninjas are desperately trying to stop the giant snake. Stop them, they must not be allowed to enter the village. A Konoha ninja said to his companions while throwing kunai at the giant snake. Kunai hit the giant snake, but it seemed to hit a steel plate, and sparks splattered. Kunai was directly bounced, and it was impossible to hurt the snake at all. Damn, attack them with ninjutsu. Seeing that both kunai and shuriken were ineffective, the ninja immediately used a ninjutsu attack, but it was also unable to cause damage to the giant snake. The fireball hit the giant snake and dissipated, and the giant snake was still unscathed. Instead, this ninja caught the attention of the giant snake. The giant snake opened its bloody mouth and rushed in front of him in an instant. Before the ninja could react, it was swallowed by the giant snake. Miyagi, damn, I killed you. Another ninja saw his companion being swallowed by the giant snake and was dominated by anger, and rushed towards the giant snake without fear. Akita is in danger. Come back. The other ninjas shouted to the ninjas who were rushing towards the serpent. However, the ninja was immersed in the pain of losing his companion, and was indifferent to the reminders of those around him. After a few jumps, the ninja jumped onto the snake's head, and stabbed the snake's head with the kunai in his hands. Unfortunately, he was just an ordinary cage, not like the protagonist in the novel. After the same anger, it burst out with 200% strength, tearing the enemy to pieces. Therefore, he could only hit a burst of sparks on the snake's head. Apart from scratching the snake's itch, he did not cause any substantial damage to the snake. But it annoyed the giant snake. I saw the giant snake slammed its head a few times and threw the ants out of its head, smashing a house, and the ninja was lying in the collapsed ruins. And then the giant snake opened its mouth and rushed towards him. Do I stop here? Seeing that the open mouth of blood was getting closer and closer to him, Konoha's Chunin smiled bitterly and closed his eyes in resignation. Boom! Just when the ninja thought he was going to die, he suddenly heard a loud noise. I'm not dead. The Chunin opened his eyes after hearing the loud noise, and moaned on himself, saying in disbelief. Hey, you are not dead right now, but if you continue to stay here, then maybe it is. A voice sounded, and the Chunin raised his head, stunned. At this moment, a huge monster was standing in front of him with his back facing him. The monster had 3 curved arm blades on its left hand, and the giant snake that had just rushed towards him was pierced through its head by the 3 arm blades. The tip of the blade came out from the snake's head, flashing with a penetrating cold glow. He looked up along the monster's body and found that there was a man standing on the monster's head, and it was he who said the words just now. Okay, it's amazing, Is it reinforcements? The Chunin looked at Chen blankly. Well, that's right. But, damn, if you persist, Miyagi will not. After hearing Chen's words, the ninja thought of his friend and said sadly. Sorry for not being able to save him. Akita, are you alright? At this moment, several Konoha ninjas jumped in front of the injured Chunin and asked him with concern, and they also found Erha and Chen. This is Anbu's costume. Is it reinforcements? Said the ninjas looking at Chen on Lu Daowang's head. You take him away, leave it to me here. Chen said to the ninjas. Ah, yes. The ninjas replied to Chen, and then quickly left with the injured Chunin. Hey, hiss. The other two giant snakes saw Erha and killed one of their accomplices as soon as they came out, and immediately hissed at Erha. Humph. Waste, we will reunite you together soon. Lu Daowang said disdainfully to the two giant snakes. Erha, one person can solve one problem, quick battle. Chen said to Lu Daowang at his feet. Saying that, he quickly formed a seal with his hands, and gathered chakra on his right hand to form a thunderbolt. Squeak tilde tilde squeak tilde tilde squeak tilde tilde. Kakashi and Kai, who had been watching Chen, looked at Chen in surprise. Kakashi, this is not, Kai said to Kakashi looking surprised. Yeah, it's Chidori, Kakashi said solemnly, looking at Chen in the distance, with a mask on his face showing nothing. Is it you? No, I'm sure, I only taught Sasuke. Kakashi explained to Akai, but his eyes were fixed on Chen. There are still people in Anbu who can use Chidori. But if this Chidori doesn't have the aid of a wheel eye. Erha, let's go, Chen shouted at Lu Daowang. Yoshi. Erha roared excitedly, carrying the giant machete, and charged towards the two giant snakes in front of him. The two giant snakes on the opposite side also opened their bloody mouths at Lu Daowang Hecken and rushed towards them. Chen borrowed strength from Erha's head and jumped into the air. After doing a somersault in the air, he smashed it down at the giant snake below. A giant snake also raised its head and bit towards Chen in the air, trying to swallow Chen also in its stomach. Beast, don't you like to eat people? Change your taste. Lay done. Chidori. Chen dodged the giant snake's attack in the air, then jumped on the back of the giant snake, facing the Chidori in his hand. The body of the giant snake stabbed down. The tyrannical Lay Dun tore the skin of the giant snake apart. The injured giant snake howled in pain and struggled violently, but Chen had already transported the chakra to his feet, and then attached it to the giant snake. No matter how the snake swayed, Chen's feet were still tightly attached to the snake's body. It's not over yet, Chen shouted, then bent down, kicked his feet, and dragged Chidori on the snake's body and sprinted towards the snake's head. And the violent thunderbolt also tore a long slit on the body of the giant snake, and it has been extending with the movement of Chen. Die. After reaching the giant snake's head, Chen stabbed Chidori's right hand into the giant snake's head fiercely. And carried chakra again in the snake's head, letting Chidori explode in the snake's head. After the giant snake howled in pain, it fell to the ground and did not respond again. Ding! The host kills the giant snake, and the reward is 2,000 points. The host psychic beast kills the giant snake x2, and the reward points, 2,000. P.S. Ask for flowers, ask for collections, ask for rewards. Chapter 30. Show your skills. Die. After reaching the giant snake's head, Chen stabbed Chidori's right hand into the giant snake's head fiercely. And carried chakra again in the snake's head, letting Chidori explode in the snake's head. After the giant snake howled in pain, it fell to the ground and did not respond again. Ding! The host kills the giant snake, and the reward is 2,000 points. The host psychic beast kills the giant snake x2, and the reward points, 2,000. Another snake rushed towards Erha, and was chopped off by Erha a few times. Chen also got half of the points. Sure enough, is war money the best thing to earn? In just a short time, I have earned so many points, which are almost comparable to the points I have earned in the past 10 years. And I didn't expect Erha to kill them. The goal, I can even get half of the points. In that case, let Erha act on his own, so that if you act separately, you can get more points, but you still have to tell him. Yo, not bad Erha, such a big man is not in vain. Chen joked to Lu Daowang. Humph, shut up, kid. It's been so long, and my temper is still so stinky. But Erha, let's act separately. You go somewhere else, as long as you meet Sha Yin and Yin Ren, kill them all. You can go wild as much as you like. Wang said with Lu Dao. Oh, haha, it's exactly what I want. Erha roared excitedly. Scumbags, see this uncle crushing all of you. However, you have to remember, don't shoot at Konoha's people, understand? Chen reminded him looking at the excited Lu Daowang. Got it, kid, you're so long-winded, I'll go first. Lu Daowang said impatiently, and then shouted, my big knife is already hungry and thirsty. Then he couldn't wait to go elsewhere off to find prey. This guy, forget it, don't care about it, just let it run wild, just to help me earn more points. Chen looked at Lu Daowang's back and caressed his forehead helplessly. Then he asked the system, how many points do I have? Ding, all points of the host, 9,643, do you want to open the exchange interface? I don't need it for the time being. But, Chen replied, and Chen saw a few sand ninjas approaching him. System, is there any way to see through the opponent's strength? Chen asked the system. The host can exchange the Eye of Data, which can digitize the strength of any character and convey it to the host. The system replied. The Eye of Data, exchange it. Ding, Eye of Data, item type, talent, item level, C level, need to exchange points. 500, do you want to exchange? Exchange. Successful redemption, deducted points. 500, remaining points. 9,143. Quote. A warm current rushed from Chen's body to Chen's eyes, causing a dry heat in Chen's eyes, but it soon disappeared. At this time, the group of sand ninjas had already rushed in front of Chen, forming a circle to surround Chen. Damn, this guy, the giant snake that our ninjas channeled together was killed by him before it could play its role. Sand Ren gritted his teeth and stared at Chen angrily. Those giant snakes were channeled together by several sand ninjas. They originally wanted them to attack the hinterland of Konoha village and then let them go wild. I didn't expect them to be killed just outside the village. It didn't work out, which made Sandy's ninjas very angry. Don't try to escape from us. Cheyenne people shouted. On the other side, Kakashi and Kai originally wanted to come over to block the giant snake, but after seeing that Chen was already facing the giant snake, they ran to a roof to watch the battle between Chen and the giant snake. Originally, when Chen and the giant snake were fighting, they were looking for an opportunity to sneak attack, wanting to kill the giant snake with one blow, but I didn't expect the giant snake to be solved by Chen so quickly. To their surprise, Chen actually used Chidori to kill the giant snake. Everyone knows that Chidori's ninjutsu is Kakashi's own ninjutsu, and it is also his signature ninjutsu. Apart from teaching it to Sasuke, Kakashi never taught anyone how this Anbu person learned Chidori. This made Kakashi full of curiosity about Chen. After seeing Chen being surrounded by Cheyenne's people, Kakashi and Kai did not come out to support immediately, but continued to observe Chen. That boy is in trouble, shall we go and support him? Kakashi, Kai said to Kakashi. No, wait, Kakashi said calmly. He tilde 2 special Junin, 6 Chunin. It's a bit tricky, however, it is just used as my trial stone. Chen, who has the Eye of Data, can see the strength of these ninjas. Kill. Sandy and 6 Chunin held kunai in hand and rushed towards Chen at the same time. The 2 Shang ninjas also locked Chen to prevent Chen from escaping. Hey, besiege me, exactly what I want, Chen sneered, his hands stretched out after quickly forming a seal. Just when the kunwu in the hands of the few sand ninjas was about to stab Chen. Lay done, Chidori Ryu. Chen's body was instantly flooded with thunder and lightning, which paralyzed all the ninjas who rushed towards him, and then Chen's hands instantly turned into 6 giant snakes with thick arms, opened his bloody mouth, and revealed his sharp teeth. The 6 Chunin, who had been paralyzed by Chidori Ryu, were bitten by the neck. Kakashi, what's the matter? Is this Chidori? How did it become this shape? Kai asked Kakashi in surprise when he saw the Chidori style display by Chenshi. Kakashi didn't answer immediately, but looked at Chen below, thoughtfully. Suoga, so it is. Distributing chakra all over the body, and using the Chidori method to fill the whole body with electricity, which means that the Chidori is not used with the hands, but the whole body is used, giving up the destructive power of the Chidori, but in exchange for a larger attack range. This can not only be used as a means of attack, but also as a special kind of absolute defense. Can you master Chidori so thoroughly? Such a strong talent. I am afraid that even Sasuke is better than Sasuke. No way. Also, the ninjutsu who finally killed the 6 Chunin should be Orochimaru's hidden shadow snake hand, not only mastered the Chidori I created, but also used Orochimaru's secret technique. Where is man holy? Kakashi is worthy of being the creator of Chidori. Just by watching Chidori once, he can fully understand the principles and functions of Chidori. Ding! The host kills 6 Chunin and gets points, 12,000. In just a few seconds, those who planned to besiege Chen Zongren were killed by Chen instead. The incident happened so suddenly that the 2 Shangren had not reacted to it and had no time to stop it. They stared blankly at their subordinates and were killed by Chen. They are just ordinary Junin who have just been promoted, and their strength is only at the level of special Junin. Because they have to launch the Konoha collapse plan, they will be promoted to Junin by exception. Hee, it's the 2 of you next. Chen looked at the 2 stunned Kamijin with a cruel grin, but was blocked by Anbu's mask. But, damn, how dare you? The 2 Junin pointed at Chen and said incredulously. Humph, if you want to kill people, you must have the consciousness of being killed. Do you want me to stand without resistance, and then let you kill them? Idiots. Chen laughed at the 2 Chunin. Damn, I killed you. A special Shanjin saw that Chen was still mocking them, and angrily pulled out Kuwu Shangshin and rushed over. HMPH. Good work, Chen said with a sneer as he looked at the special Junin who was rushing up. Then he pulled out the dagger on his back, rushed towards the Junin, and instantly came to the opponent, waving the dagger in his hand and slashed at the special Junin. Nani? It's so fast. The special Jonin was startled, and raised the kunai in his hand to block Chen's short knife. Damn. Hey, Chen sneered at the hand holding the short knife, and pressed towards the special Shangnin, and the special Shanjin could only hold onto Chen's short knife, gritted his teeth and insisted. Bastard. Seeing this, the other Sandian scolded, and then quickly formed a seal with both hands and wanted to use ninjutsu on Chen. Chi. After Chen noticed the other Sha Yin's movements, he immediately used a short knife to change the pressure to a slash, and slashed at the neck of the Sha ninja holding the kunai. The Sha nin quickly lowered his body and avoided Chen. Short knife. Chen then threw a kick and kicked the Sha Yin, who could only hurriedly put an arm in front of him to block Chen's attack, but he couldn't bear the tremendous force, and was caught by Chen. He kicked and flew out. Wind escape. Vacuum jade. At this time, another Sha Yin also completed the seal, and sprayed several wind escape light waves in the direction of Chen. Chen immediately jumped into the air, dodging the ninjutsu attack, and treating the short knife in his hand as a kunai. He threw it at Kamisa Shinobu who was kicked out by him just now, and quickly formed a seal with both hands. The Sha Ren, who was holding kunai, saw Chen jumping in the air, and originally planned to shoot the kunai at Chen, but Chen threw a short knife at him first, so Sha Ren had no choice but to dodge. Finished printing. Chidori's chirping sounded again. Then, after landing on the ground, he immediately sprinted towards the sand ninja who was kicked away by him. Be careful, this is the thunderbolt ninjutsu he used to kill the giant snake just now. It is very lethal. Keep your distance and don't let him get close. Shinobu reminded, and quickly tied the seal. Humph. Is this another move? Although this move is very powerful, as long as the distance is pulled away, then this move won't work. The sand shinobi, who was holding kunai, saw that he and Chen still had there was a small distance, so he didn't jump away immediately, but stood there pretending to say to Chen. However, thunder escape. Chiandori sharp spear. P.S. 1,000 words are back. Ask for collections, ask for flowers, ask for rewards. Chapter 31. Konoha's counterattack. The sand ninja was still pretending to be on the spot. At this time, the Chidori in Chen's hand changed, turning into a javelin-like shape. Before the sand ninja could react, he instantly pierced his chest. Hey, Nani, it's actually able to. The sand ninja who was pierced by the Chiandori sharp spear looked at the wound on his chest and said incredulously. Chi, let you pretend. Ding, the host kills a special join-in. Reward points, 3,000, all the host's points, 13,343. After killing a special join-in, the system sounded a prompt. Yemu, damn it, go to hell. The sand ninja with the seal saw that his companion was killed by Chen again. The seal in his hand was just finished, and then he roared at Chen and launched a ninjutsu. Winds and vacuums wave again and again. That named Yin sent out dozens of rotating wind cuts in a row to attack Chen, and in a blink of an eye, it hit Chen's body, sending Chen flying far away, and Chen's body was also cut into pieces by the wind blade. Have you done it? It's impossible to survive all the damage from the wind-done vacuum. The murderer murmured while panting as he watched Chen lying on the ground without movement after using a large ninja. Talk to yourself. It's really dangerous. This sentence suddenly came from Sand Ren's ear, and then something seemed to have pierced the back of his head, and his consciousness gradually became blurred. Didn't I already hit him? Chen, who was knocked to the ground by the technique. Bang! The Chen who fell to the ground suddenly turned into a puff of smoke. After the smoke dissipated, it was found that Chen who had just been knocked down had turned into a dead tree. Suoga, that's what it is. I actually use the avatar technique. After saying this, Na Xian took his last breath. From his doubtful eyes, he must be thinking when Chen was using it. Avatars. Ding, the host kills a special Jonin. The reward points, 3,000, and the host's total points are 16,343. After Na Xian's breath, the system came to remind Chen. Fortunately, this time the opponent is only at the special level of Jonin. If it is a real Jonin, it will not be so easy. Chen has been paying attention to the Sand Shinobi who just released ninjutsu to attack him, and Chen also saw that Sand Shinobi was after the seal. He guarded against him. As early as Chen used the Chiandori spear to kill the sand ninja holding the kunai, Chen used the substitute technique. Sure enough, when Chen Gang completed the stand-in technique, the ninjutsu of the sand ninja attacked. However, Chen Zhao had already left his attack range. That Yin thought he had killed Chen, so he relaxed his vigilance, and Chen also took advantage of the moment when Ren was slack and appeared behind him and launched his finger gun. He pierced the head of the sand ninja, although it seemed that time had passed. In fact, only a few seconds had passed since the sand ninja launched the ninjutsu, and then killed Chen Rao. At this time, Kai, who was standing on a high place, was already amazed by Chen. Kakashi, how could this Chidori do this? Well, after mastering Chidori, I created a ninjutsu that unifies the attack and defense of Chidori throughout the body, and even allows Chidori to stab like a javelin and carry out long-range strikes. The talent of this young man is among the peers I have met. It's the best. Kakashi looked at Chen below, thinking in his heart. Kakashi, look! Kai suddenly shouted at Kakashi, and at the same time motioned Kakashi to look into the air. At this time, above Konoha, an eagle was soaring in the air. It's the signal. It's finally starting. Let's go. Kakashi glanced at Chen below, then jumped away first, and Kai followed closely. On the other hand, the battle between Sandai and Orochimaru is also coming to an end. At this time, the third generation tightly clasped Orochimaru's shoulders and prevented him from moving, but the third generation was also pierced by the grass pheasant sword in the chest. And behind the third generation, there is also a huge phantom. That phantom is the god of death that can only be seen after the corpse is sealed. At this time, an arm of the god of death has passed through the body of the third generation and grabbed the Orochimaru in front of the three generations, trying to drag the soul of Orochimaru out. My hands are still tightly grasped, and I can't perform surgery. Orochimaru thought bitterly, and then said with a wicked smile to the three generations in front of him, "You should let go too, right?" The third generation insisted on gritted teeth, and said with difficulty to Orochimaru, "Your ambition to harm Konoha is over." Orochimaru looked at Sandai and said in his hoarse voice, "My ambition will not be stopped. You will die here soon. You are still dying. Do you still want to save Konoha as the third Hokage? Have you figured out the current situation? My subordinates and Sand Shinobi attacked the village together. Your Konoha ninjas, women and children will all be killed. Konoha's collapse plan has been successful so far. Ha 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 ha. You probably don't know, Orochimaru. Don't underestimate the ninjas in this village." Although the three generations were already very weak at this time, they still persisted and retorted to Orochimaru. "Konoha's ninjas, in order to protect the village, they will fight with their lives. The real power in this world is not after you have learned all ninjutsu. I have taught you before, when you are protecting important people. When the true power of the ninja emerges." Quote. Orochimaru glared at Sandai fiercely. On the other side, the ninjas of Sandian and Tonin had entered the hinterland of Konoha, and at this time they were searching for something in a room. "There is no one in there. I don't have it here either. There is no one here." After searching, the Sandian gathered together. "What's going on? We have already invaded Konoha's hinterland. Why haven't we even seen a woman or child? What the hell is going on?" A sand ninja looked at the empty house and really thought not understand. "Humph, they must have hid in the shelter. Find them, let's go." Immediately afterwards, the group of sandy inns began to run deeper into the village. Suddenly, a few piercing sounds rang out. A few sand ninjas could not dodge and were hit by shuriken, and the remaining two village ninjas raised their heads and looked at a high ground ahead. A group of ninjas dressed as Konoha Anbu were standing on the high ground and watching them condescendingly. "From now on, I will never let you go a step further." A female ninja with long purple hair conveyed their Konoha's will to the sandy hides below. Konoha's counterattack begins. Konoha's ninjas were dispatched one after another, and various secret arts families also sent elites to fight against Sandian and Yinanin in every corner of Konoha. My body, I can't move." A sand ninja caught by the shadow of Nara's house was horrified and found that his body couldn't move. "Is this the first time you have seen Konoha's secret shadow restraint technique? Then, by the way, let you see Konoha's secret shadow gangling technique." Nara Shikamaru's father, Nara Shikahisa, was leaning against a wall. He spoke lightly to Sand Ninja, who had been immobilized by his shadow, and then launched the gag, twisting the necks of those sand ninjas. Yamanaka Haiyi also launched the Yamanaka family's secret technique, the technique of disturbing the mind, causing the sand ninjas to kill each other, and the Chudao family's doubling technique crushed the sand ninja, and the three gathered together. "This moment reminds me of the past," Haiyi said with a chuckle. "The trio of pigs, deer and butterflies reunites again." "Oh," the three of them roared together. And Chen heard the sound of fighting in the morning of the ninjas coming from all over Konoha after finishing the few sand ninjas. It seems that Konoha has started to fight back. It's really lively now. However, I have to kill a few more as soon as possible, otherwise Sandren and Yinren's people will be wiped out by Konoha. How can I complete the task? As he spoke, he rushed in the direction of the greatest movement. Chen came to a high place and looked down. At this time, a group of ninjas were fighting fiercely. The shuriken was flying in all directions, and the black shadows flashed rapidly. Every time the shadows collided, there would be a sound of tapping on the metal, and at the same time, it would splash. A mass of sparks, occasionally accompanied by a scream. The fight was so intense, it made me boil. Chen looked at the battle below and said with a little excitement. The ninjas below are moving at high speed. From a distance, only black shadows can be seen flickering. However, after Chen opened the writing wheel, he was able to capture the figures of those ninjas. I have used Chidori 3 times in a row just now, and the chakra is almost exhausted. It seems that I have to find a way to increase my chakra. System, can I restore the chakra? Recovering chakra requires 1000 points. Do you want to exchange it? Exchange. Ding. After deducting 1000 points, the host's remaining points, 15,343. Quote. After another burst of warmth, the chakra consumed by Chen just now has recovered. At this time, the battle below stopped for some reason, and was divided into 2 groups. One was the Konoha ninja dressed in uniform, and the other was the ninja alliance of the 2 ninja villages, Yin'an and Sandin. Both sides were panting and staring at each other, forming a confrontation. After looking at Sandren and Yinren gathered together below, Chen came up with an idea. Give me another Flying Thunder God technique kunai. Ding. The art is kunai, item type, props, item level, C level, points to exchange, 500, do you want to exchange? Exchange. Successful redemption, deducted points, 500, remaining points, 14,843. Quote. Just after the system was prompted, a kunai appeared out of thin air in Chen's hand. Chen shook the hands of kunai and looked at the crowd of Sand Shinobi and Yin Shinobi below, showing a cruel smile. Hey, the hunt has begun. P.S. This chapter has added another 600 words, asking for flowers and collections. Chapter 32, Fighting the Puppet Master. Damn, Sand Hidden Village, you guys are treachery. Have you forgotten the alliance agreement you signed with us? Konoha's ninja asked the sand ninjas in front of him. Agreement. Don't be naive, that kind of thing can be as much as you want, it's just a piece of waste paper, who cares? Today we must remove Konoha from the 5 great ninja villages. The sand ninjas sneered at Konoha, said the ninjas. Humph. Let us get rid of Konoha. It's a shame. Our Konoha ninjas have already begun to expel the enemies hidden in Konoha. Your so-called Konoha collapse plan cannot be realized. Chi. Kill them. The opposite Sha Yin stopped talking nonsense. When Sandian's men were about to attack Konoha's men, suddenly, a kunai shot at them. However, it was immediately blocked and fell to the ground. The sand ninjas saw that this kunai had a strange shape and there was no detonating talisman or something, so they didn't care, but shot the kunais looking in the direction. I found a ninja dressed as Anbu standing on the high ground, staring at them. Anbu of Konoha, just another one to die. And Yin Ren said with a sneer and disdain. Really? Chen also sneered. Thunder escape. Chidoryu. Chen, who was still in the distance, suddenly appeared in the middle of the crowd of Yin'an and Sandin, and opened his arms and instantly displayed Chidoryu. Nani. Since Sand Shinobi and Sound Shinobi didn't know Fei Lei Shen, they were not prepared. Before they could react, Chen had already cast Chidori's style among them, except for one who reacted quickly and escaped. Except for Kai, all the others were hit by Chen's Chidori flow, their whole body was paralyzed, and then they were all killed by Chen. Ding! The host killed 8 Chunin, especially the 4 Shangnin, and got 28,000 points. All the points of the host, 42,843. It's so fast. I can't even capture the afterimage, so strong. Konoha said in surprise as he watched Chen Chi's display of Fei Lei Shen. They didn't think that this was the legendary Flying Thunder God, but thought that Chen's speed was too fast, so that their eyes couldn't keep up. After all, space ninjutsu is too rare. Damn, I'm going to kill you. Sha Ren, who had escaped from the other side, roared angrily at Chen. Okay, leave it to me here, you can go to support elsewhere. Chen ignored Sha Ren's words, shouting, but said to the Konoha ninjas behind him. Ah, yes, my lord. Konoha's ninjas were already full of awe for Chen at this time, and they gave Chen a respectful word, and then they all dispersed and went to support other places in Konoha. We're the only ones left, let's have fun. Chen looked at the Jonin on the opposite side. Humph, you actually let your companions leave. You will find out how stupid your decision was. You actually killed so many of us. Today, you will be killed no matter what. You talk too much. Chi. The Junin on the opposite side did not attack immediately, but bit his thumb, then quickly formed a few seals and pressed it on the ground, channeling out a black scroll, and then put the reels or unrolled. Bang! After a burst of smoke, 3 humanoid puppets appeared on the scroll. Among the 3 human-shaped puppets, one is relatively short and has a pair of sharp claws, and one is in the shape of a bull's head and is taller than the other 3 puppets. Of spikes. It turned out to be a puppet master. It seems that he should be able to control 3 puppets at the same time. This person is definitely not a general person in the Sandy Inn. Chen saw that the opposite Shangjin actually channeled 3 puppets, and his expression became dignified. A puppet master is a unique profession of Sand Yin, who usually uses his hands to release chakra lines to manipulate puppets. The ability of the puppet master depends on the number of puppets that the puppet master can control at the same time. The best ones are Chio of Sandian, and her grandson, the Scorpion of Akasha, who has defected from Sandian and joined Akatsuki's organization. You should feel honored to be able to see my black secret skill. Funny 3 people, don't care about the name, it's nonsense anyway. The level of our puppet master's ability depends on the number of puppet masters that the puppet master can control at the same time. It depends. Among them, the most admired by our puppet masters is our Sandian's advisor, Chio grandmother. She is our Sandian's strongest puppet master. The 10 people of Kinsong, Granny Chio once used this technique to break down a city with one person's strength, which is known as a machine that is 1,000. Although my Huang's secret technique, amusing 3 people, is better than that of Granny Chio's 10 people in Jinsong, it's still far away, but my puppets are not ordinary things. They are all humanoid puppets created by the Red Sand Scorpion, who is known as a genius puppet stylist in our Sandy Hide. Whether as a stylist or the puppet master, he has a talent better than anyone else, and our puppet masters are proud to be able to get the works of Master Scorpion. And I, too, was fortunate enough to get these 3 puppets. I didn't have the remarkable achievements like Granny Chio, but I used them to slaughter a robber from a cottage. The puppet master on the opposite side was proudly introducing his puppet. The puppet master is best at using poison. The 3 puppets must have been soaked in poison. If they are injured, they will definitely be poisoned. I don't know if the system can detoxify. Chen looked at the 3 puppets on the opposite side. Feel tricky. System, is there any way to avoid poisoning? The host can exchange for a detoxification pill, and after eating the system's detoxification pill, it can be immune to all severe poisons within the next hour. Detoxification pill. Exchange it for me. Ding. Jiayu Dan. Item level. B level. Need to exchange 1000 points. Do you want to exchange it? Exchange. Successful redemption. Deducted points. 1000. The host's remaining points. 41,843. Quote. After the system prompted, a thumb-sized medicinal pill appeared out of thin air in Chen's hand, and Chen immediately stuffed it into his mouth and swallowed it. After Chen Gang swallowed the detoxification pill, the opposite puppet master also finished his trump card. All the ninjas who fought with my terrible trio were killed, and this time will be no exception. The puppet master sent out 3 chakra lines from his hand as he spoke, connecting them to on the body of the 3 puppets. The 3 puppets seemed to have come to life, and made a sound of ka. Ka, ka. Let's see, black secret skill. Amusing the 3 people, for me. The puppet master shouted, and controlled the puppet Shang Chen to rush over. Chi. Chen saw the puppet rushing over, and looking at the puppet rushing over, Chen also gritted his teeth and greeted him. In an instant, he fought with the bull-headed puppet. And the smaller puppet always attacked Chen from time to time, and the last long-armed puppet made a long-range attack from a distance. Not only could shoot 1,000 copies towards Chen, but its arms could even extend to contain Chen. These 3 puppets cooperated so well. The larger bull-headed puppet attacked the opponent from the front, while the long-armed puppet used long-range attacks to contain the opponent. The short puppet was very agile and was always in the most suitable position. When it appears, it gives the opponent a fatal attack, and if it misses a hit, it escapes far away, which is equivalent to an assassin. It's really tricky. Is it the work of the red sand scorpion? It is indeed a genius to be able to make such an excellent puppet. Chen, while dodging the attack of the puppets, he thought about the countermeasures. These puppets are controlled by the puppet master with chakra lines, and attacking them is useless unless it can break them with one blow. It seems that we need to find a chance. Get close to the puppet master and kill him. Ha, you know how to hide. I'll see how long you can hide. The puppet master said arrogantly as he watched Chen Zheng dodging the puppet's attack. Hey, just a few puppets dare to be arrogant. Don't you think I'm a sick cat if the tiger doesn't show his power? System, exchange me for a strange force fist. Physique, strange power, item type, talent, item level, A level, need to exchange points. 5,000, do you want to exchange? Exchange. Successful exchange, deducted points. 5,000, the host's remaining points. 36,843. Quote. It was still a warm current that melted into Chen's body, and a piece of information appeared in his mind. Physical skills. Strange power requires precise chakra control techniques to concentrate chakra on any part of the body, and then burst out to form a super destructive force. At this time, the assassin puppet attacked Chen again while Chen was reading the information in his mind, but this time Chen didn't dodge anymore. Instead he threw his fist towards the puppet. Get out of here, yelled, punching the assassin puppet. Gotcha. The assassin puppet was directly smashed by Chen and scattered on the ground. Nani, how is it possible? The puppet master shouted in disbelief, looking at the puppet that was smashed by a punch. Humph. Chen didn't care about the puppet master's mood, and rushed towards the puppet master. Damn, do you want to attack me? You won't succeed. When the puppet master saw Chen rushing towards him, he could see through Chen's intentions at a glance, and he didn't feel sorry for the broken puppet anymore. The bull-headed puppet pulled back to protect him, and also controlled the long-armed puppet to shoot 1,000 copies to stop Chen. Chen dodged and thought about his chinpin. While using the hidden shadow snake hand, the transformed giant snake nimbly captured the long-armed puppet, dragged it directly in front of Chen, and then was blown up by Chen's punch. But, damn it, the puppet master was a little panicked. At this time, he only had a bull-headed puppet left in melee combat. After seeing Chen attacking, he could only control the bull-headed puppet for defense, but he was attacked again. Chen exploded with a punch. It's your turn next. Do you have any red secret skills, white secret skills? Chen Yan smiled and walked slowly towards the puppet master. P.S. I originally wanted to write about the fight with the puppet master, but I also went to see the duel between Chio and the red sand scorpion. It turned out that the puppets were all smashed by one punch. I can't write it out, so I have to take it with me. Don't worry about it. In addition, I have no face to ask you for a reward, just flowers. Ask for collection. Chapter 33, Stealing the Head of Yu Xian. Ding, the host kills a Shangnan, and the reward points are 5,000 points. All the points of the host, 41,843. Quote. Hey, I'm being careless. Sure enough, the Shangnan is much stronger than the special Shangnan. I didn't expect that it would still cause harm to me before I died. If it wasn't for the systematic detoxification pill, I would be a corpse now. Chen looked at the wound on his arm that was stabbed by Kuwu, and said with a little fear. It seems that I have to exchange some more powerful ninjutsu. Now I only have Lei Dun, Hidden Shadow Snake Hand and Finger Spear as attack moves, too few. System, how many points does the Kaleidoscope Writing Wheel need to redeem? Kaleidoscope Writing Wheel I, item level, S grade, need to exchange points, 100,000, this exchange must first have 3 Hook Jade Writing Wheel I. The host points are insufficient and cannot be exchanged. Is it so expensive? It's obviously the same S-class item as Flying Thunder God, but the price is 10 times higher. Chen thought gloomily after hearing the system's answer. Why is the Kaleidoscope Writing Wheel so expensive? Because the Kaleidoscope Writing Wheel has more potential and higher practicability than the Flying Thor. And the Kaleidoscope Writing Wheel is a combination item, which contains multiple S-level skills. Is it the ability of the kaleidoscope? Yes, but the ability of the kaleidoscope exchanged by the system will be defaulted to the left eye and the right eye Amaterasu, and the two eyes Susanoo. Isn't this the ability of Itachi's kaleidoscope in the original book? If so, can it be exchanged for the ability of other kaleidoscopes? Yes, the host can have the ability of multiple kaleidoscope writing wheels at the same time. That's good. Then take this opportunity to save more points, plus the 50,000 points reward you get after completing this task. You should be able to exchange for a kaleidoscope. At that time, you don't need to be so careful to play stupid. I'm stunned, and I don't need to be afraid that Danzo will come to you. System, help me recover my stamina and chakra. After the system helped Chen recover, Chen immediately ran to another battlefield. After that, Chen's figure has been active in all corners of Konoha. Wherever there are enemies, he will appear there. He always leaves immediately after killing the enemy to find new enemies. With the system's ability to restore chakra, Chen seems to be like a machine that never knows how to get tired. There are countless Yinin and Sandin who died in his hands, but most of them are Chunin and Zunin, and even those at the upper level. 4 of them had already been killed by him, and none of the Yin Ren and Sand Ren who he encountered were spared. All of them turned into his points, and Chen also suffered several injuries on his body. Although Chen has mastered a lot of powerful ninjutsu, but because it is the first actual combat, so there is not enough experience in actual combat, and there is no pressure to deal with Shamanin and Chunin, but when dealing with Shangnin, Chen will feel very difficult, and Chen is also he suffered a loss in the duel with several Jonin, and the injuries on his body were also left behind by the opponent's desperate efforts when dealing with the Jonin. System, check how many points I have. Chen was sitting on a corpse of Yin Nin at this time, and said a little tiredly. Obviously, he had just passed a big battle, and there were corpses scattered around him. All of them are Sand Ren and Yin Ren. Amount of all points of the host, 86,043, whether to open the exchange interface. No need, help me recover chakra and physical strength first. Ding, the redemption is successful, 2,000 points are deducted, and the remaining points are 84,043. Cool. After the system recovered the chakra and physical strength, Chen felt relieved for a while, as if he had just woken up, but he still stretched out comfortably. A lazy waste. You have to kill another Jonin to complete the mission. Fortunately, there is a system to restore chakra and stamina. It's really unbearable to fight for such a long time. I really don't know that those who fight for days and nights are all what kind of monster. That 3-generation Raikage actually blocked 10,000 enemy ninjas by himself, and fought for 3 days and 3 nights before he died of exhaustion. He is simply a human-shaped tailed beast. Forget it, don't think about it for now, the most important thing is to complete the task quickly. Quote. Then he stood up and continued to look for the enemy. However, when passing by the Chunin selection arena, after discovering something, Chen ran over. It turns out that there are 2 groups of people holding each other. One is Konoha's Kakashi, Kai, and the examiner of the Chunin trials, Shiranui Genma. There are only 2 people on the other side. One is the Ninja Maki of Sand Ninja Village, and the other is dressed in Konoha Anbu's costume, with a mask on his face, so he can't tell who it is. Kakashi and the others also discovered Tatsu. Kai said to Chen, "Yo. We meet again, little brother." "Yeah." Chen said nothing but nodded. Then he looked at Maki and another mysterious person on the opposite side. "Yeah, another enemy has come. It seems that we have to retreat." At this time, the mysterious man dressed in Anbu spoke with a very relaxed tone. Although he was facing the 4 ninjas of Konoha, he didn't hear nervousness in his tone. Kakashi was about to say something, but something happened to the huge 4 purple flame formation behind him. The barrier was lifted, and then there were 2 ninjas of Yinin who were leaving with Orochimaru, followed by 2 others. Renminbi. Anbu, who had 3 Konoha, planned to pursue, but was trapped by a cobweb released by a sound ninja. Kakashi, they have already moved, chase. No, wait a minute. Yeah, if you chase after you without knowing the above situation, you'll be caught in the enemy's trap. At this moment, the mysterious man dressed as Anbu spoke. I don't need you to tell me that. No matter whether the enemy has set a trap or not, you can't let the enemy go now. This is Konoha's ninja, Kai retorted the mysterious man on the opposite side. They'll be handed over to you, and I'm going to catch up. Chen left the sentence, and ignored Kakashi's reaction and chased in the direction of Orochimaru. Then, have you been watching? Pocket. After Chen left, Kakashi stepped forward and looked at the mysterious man opposite and said. Sure enough, I was seen through. The mysterious man took off the mask on his face. It was the pharmacist's Pocket. Hey, what should we do now? Marky whispered to the pharmacist beside him. It's time for us to retreat too. Kakashi saw Yoshido want to retreat, and immediately said, do you want to run away from me again? Indeed, if I make a move, you will copy my moves. Having said that, you can't seem to be able to fully use the Sharingan like the Uchiha clan. Tu looked at the three joinin in front of him, his tone was very relaxed. No nervousness at all. Then, farewell. The pharmacist gave a strange smile, and then made a seal with Maki at the same time. Bang! The two of them turned into a cloud of smoke and disappeared without a trace, as if they had lifted their shadow clones. Damn, they escaped. Kai felt very distressed when he saw Yoshido running away in front of his eyes. Don't worry about them, the enchantment has disappeared, and Orochimaru has also retreated. The situation on the third generation is unknown. Let's go to the third generation first. Kakashi said, and then rushed to the place where the three generations and Orochimaru were fighting. Xuanjian and Kai also quickly followed. On the other side, Chen, who was going to chase Orochimaru, stopped on the trunk of a big tree. The current Orochimaru should have been sealed by the third generation of ghouls, and it seems to be very weak. Would you like to take this opportunity to kill Uncle Snake? Chen was a little tempted. After all, the Orochimaru he is an old-fashioned shadow-level powerhouse. If he kills him, he will definitely get a lot of points, and there is also a reward for that hidden mission. Let's forget it. Orochimaru's ability to save his life is well known. In the original book, all kinds of villains have received lunchboxes. Only Uncle Snake still survived to the end. Let's not talk about whether Orochimaru still has any trump cards. The four people around him are also quite troublesome. They can all use the curse mark state too. If you want to kill them, it will be impossible for a while. If there is another pharmacist, then I will, but it will be troublesome. At that time, if the murder is not successful, it will attract the attention of Orochimaru, it will not be worth the loss, and I do not want to change the plot. Chen thought for a while, and immediately rejected the idea of wanting to take advantage of the fire. Since Uncle Snake has retreated well, then his subordinates Yinan and Sandian are about to retreat, so we must seize the time to kill another joinin. Just when Chen Gang was going to find the mission target, a Yin Ren suddenly entered his line of sight. The Yin Ren's left arm was hanging weakly, and he pressed his left arm with his right hand, obviously injured. That Yin Ren was approaching in the direction of Chen in a panic, as if someone was chasing him behind him, so the Yin Ren did not notice Chen. A Jonin. Am I going to be the farmer who waits for the rabbit? Just wanted to find a Jonin to kill, and a Jonin came to the door automatically. It's still an injured Jonin. Too lucky. Well, this is unscientific. However, it has already been sent to you. If you don't accept it, you will be too ignorant to praise, so I will be polite. Chen looked at Yin Ren, who was gradually approaching him, showing a cruel grin. Then Chen immediately cast a camouflage technique and merged with the trunk. This camouflage technique is also a low-level ninjutsu taught by the ninja school. It is the technique that Naruto Uzumaki used in the first episode of Naruto to avoid the two Chunin who were chasing him, but it was discovered by Iruka. If it was normal, any Chunin would be able to detect it, but at this time, the Yin Ren was so exhausted that he didn't sense Chen's existence at all. In the blink of an eye, the name Yin Ren jumped to the trunk of the tree where Chen was, and just as he was about to continue jumping forward on the tree trunk, he was suddenly caught by Chen's hanging arm. Nani? The name ninja turned his head subconsciously, wanting to see what grabbed his hand, but he only saw a fist, a fist that was getting closer and closer to his face. The name Tonan's pupils dilated sharply, and she didn't have time to react. Then he heard a clicking sound. He knew that it was the sound of broken bones, and this sound came from his neck, and then it was dark, and he could no longer feel anything. Chen punched that Yin Renren's face with a single punch, and the huge force directly twisted the name Yin Ren's neck, and even knocked the Yin Renren far away and knocked down a house. Ding! Host kills 1 Jonin. Reward points. 5,000, all points of the host, 89,043. Quote. Then, Chen came to the corpse of the voice ninja, wanting to see how the voice ninja was beaten by himself. It was killed with 1 punch. It's really horrible to be hit by a strange force. At this time, the name Yin Ren could no longer die, and there was a clear fist mark on one side of his face, and his neck was already irregular. Twisted. At this time, an Anbu with long purple hair and Tatsu's dress suddenly appeared next to the corpse of the nebula. It seemed that this Anbu was chasing the nebula. Already dead. It seems that he was killed by a heavy punch, and his neck was broken. What a powerful force. The Anbu looked at Chen, who was standing beside him. You belong to Anbu too. Which squad do you belong to? What's the code name? The long purple-haired female Anbu asked Chen. Mao Yu Xian. Chen looked at the long purple-haired female Anbu, and he thought of a person. I said it unconsciously. You. How do you know my name? Tell me the squad you belong to and your code name. This. Look, the plane. Chen suddenly pointed at the back of Wu Xian and shouted. Airplane. Mao Yu Xian glanced back subconsciously, and there was nothing. When she turned her head to look at Shang Chen, she found that Chen was no longer there. Damn bastard. How dare you play me? Don't let me know who you are. Mao Yu Xian found out that she had been played by someone, and she didn't know who the other party was, which made her very angry. After cursing a few words, he left. P.S. I'm going. This chapter is so long, please ask for flowers. Ask for collection. Group. 475,137,322. Please join the group. Chapter 34. Kaleidoscope Writing Wheel Eyes. Chen was very depressed. He didn't expect that just grabbing someone's head would provoke an Anbu, and it was the girl Wu Xian. Emma Tilda, it's a fake Li Gui and a real Li Kui, and they even met a genuine Anbu. Only then did the ghost know what Anbu's code name was, so it's better to go. Chen looked at the girl in front of him and thought depressed. Come on, the team you belong to, and your code name. At this time, Mao Yu Xian asked Chen. Today's weather is good, and the air is very fresh. Ha ha, Chen said, looking around, ha ha. Come on, code name. And which team do you belong to? Mao Yu Xian was unmoved by Chen's slaps, and slowly walked towards Chen and asked. My code name is classified, and I belong to Hokage-sama's secret team. I can't reveal it casually. Nonsense, I've been in Anbu for so many years, I've been guarding Hokage-sama, I've never heard of Hokage-sama's secret group, you're lying. Yu Xian felt that the person in front of her was suspicious and planned to take him back trial. Don't say yes, then you have no chance. Mao Yu Xian pulled out the matching knife on her back and approached Shang Chen. Wait, I said, my code name is Husband. Husband. Mao Yu Xian didn't react for a while. Wife. Shameless, how dare you make fun of me, go to hell. Mao Yu Xian, who reflected on it, waved her knife in anger, and charged towards Chen. Look, there's a plane behind you. Chen suddenly pointed behind Mao Yu Xian and said in horror. What? When Mao Yu Xian heard Chen's terrified voice, she subconsciously thought that there was something terrible behind her. She turned her head and glanced behind her, and found that there was nothing at all. When she turned around, she found that it was in front of her just now. The Chen has disappeared without a trace, as if it had never appeared. Damn bastard, you even teased me again and again, don't let me know who you are, or you will definitely pay the price. Yu Xian found that she had been tricked, and she was tricked anyway twice. In the end, she didn't know who the other party was, which made her very angry. At this time, several more Anbu appeared beside Azuki Shion. Hey, didn't expect it to be resolved so quickly, Anbu said casually, looking at the corpse of Sound Ninja. Shut up. At this time, Yu Shion was in a fit of anger, shouting to the Anbu, and then left alone. Did I say something wrong? The Anbu asked the other teammates innocently. Who knows when you messed with her? Let's go, the barrier over there has disappeared. I don't know what happened to the third generation, let's go to the third generation first. Then, a few Anbu turned into a few. The dark shadow jumped away into the distance. On the other side, Chen activated the Flying Thunder God technique and returned to his room. Ding! The host has completed the war mission. Reward points. 50,000. All points of the host. 139,043. Do you want to open the exchange interface? Finally got a huge sum of money. Now you can exchange for Kaleidoscope. Open the S-level exchange page. Immediately after Chen's seriousness, a redemption page appeared, which was full of S-level skills and props, among them, Lei Dun, Leiki, Lei Dun, Kirin, Wind Escape Spiral Shuriken, Senfa Gomon, Great S Ninjutsu. Hey, there is still Mu Dun's blood. Chen was stunned when he saw the introduction of an item on the exchange interface. The combination of Wood Dun, Water Dun and Earth Dun is the new chakra property produced by the fusion of the two, turning chakra into a special blood successor boundary. System, do I need any conditions to exchange Wooden Dun? Wu Dun, item level, S grade, item type, blood, need to exchange points. 100,000. Note, since the Wood Dun is the combination of the water and the earth, it is a new chakra property produced by the fusion of the two. Turning into a special bloodline boundary, you need to have two attributes of water and earth to exchange for chakra, but the host conditions are not enough, so it cannot be exchanged. Quote. So, if you want to exchange for Mu Dun, you must first exchange for water type and earth type chakras. 100,000 points is the same price as the Kaleidoscope writing wheel I. However, Mu Dun is indeed worth the price, Chen secretly said in his heart. However, Mu Dun's words are too involved and too ostentatious. At this stage, we don't need Mu Dun, so let's exchange the Kaleidoscope first. Chen said silently in his heart. System, exchange for the Kaleidoscope for me. Kaleidoscope writing wheel I, item level, S grade, need to exchange points. 100,000, this redemption must have 3 hook jade writing wheel I, host conditions are met, whether to exchange. Exchange. The redemption is successful, 100,000 points are deducted, and the remaining points, 39,043. Just as the system's voice fell, suddenly, Chen's mind suddenly reappeared in the night of the extermination of the family. Looking at Uchiha Makoto in a pool of blood, a strong sense of sadness rose in Chen's heart. Immediately afterwards, Chen's eyes scorched, and the 3 guyu in his eyes turned frantically, getting faster and faster, and the last 3 guyu were serialized together, forming a pattern in the shape of a hexagram. At the moment when the pattern was formed, Chen's eyes flowed with a powerful force, driving chakra's frantic cohesion, and even directly let Chen break through to the strength of the elite Junin in one fell swoop, and the burning pain in Chen's eyes gradually calmed down. Drink tilde. Chen, sweating profusely, was paralyzed on the ground panting heavily. Tanzo, I want you to pay your debts with blood. After Chen recalled the night of the genocide, the hatred for Danzang also emerged in his heart, and he was extremely eager to seek revenge from Danzang, but Chen tried his best to restrain the urge to take revenge immediately, and it took a long time to calm down. Go down. System, is my kaleidoscope completed? I already feel my strength has broken through. Yes, the host has completed the opening of the kaleidoscope shaker's eye, and the strength of the host has reached the level of elite Jonin. Finally finished. Chen was exhausted and collapsed. Today, after a long battle, although there is a system to restore physical strength, Chen still spent too much mental energy, plus the pain he experienced just now when he opened his eyes. I was so tired that I lay on the ground and fell asleep. Chen Yi slept until the night, and only woke up when Sasuke came back, but seeing Sasuke's appearance was also quite injured, and when he returned home, he went directly into his room and lay down. I've slept for so long. Has Sasuke come back? It looks like he was injured a lot while fighting Gaara. Cheyenne and Yinan should have retreated. Chen looked at the dark outside. Darkness. By the way, I haven't seen my kaleidoscope writing wheel. Thinking of the kaleidoscope that I just exchanged today, Chen couldn't wait to see it. Chen found a mirror at home and thought. Kaleidoscope writing wheel I. Then, Chen's eyes changed. First, the three-hooked jade writing round eyes were shown, and then the three-hooked jade quickly rotated, and then formed a pattern of 6 pointed stars, which appeared in Chen's eyes. Is this my kaleidoscope? Why is it so similar to Sasuke's kaleidoscope in the original book? Is it because we are twins? Chen looked at his kaleidoscope in the mirror, and a message appeared in his mind. Kaleidoscope Sharingan. It is the most advanced mode for the Uchiha family, and each kaleidoscope will have a special ability, which will produce different abilities depending on the eye opener. Since the host's writing wheel is exchanged by the system instead of being opened by itself, the host's kaleidoscope ability system will default to the left eye and the right eye Amaterasu, and the eyes are Susanoo. Moon Reading. The advanced illusion that can only be used by the kaleidoscope shaker. No one can resist except the kaleidoscope shaker of the Uchiha family. This spell transfers the opponent's mind to another world, the time and quality of which is completely controlled by the caster himself. The time in the fictional world is only a moment in the real world. This technique may cause the opponent's mental collapse, and the degree of damage caused can also be controlled by the caster. It is a very dangerous illusion, only when the eyes are facing each other. Will work. Amaterasu, a high-level ninjutsu that can only be used by the kaleidoscope shuriken. Summons a black flame from the center of the sun where the vision of the kaleidoscope is focused, which can burn everything and never go out before the target is destroyed. Susanoo, you must have a kaleidoscope shaker eye and you need to master both the left eye pupil power and the right eye pupil power fusion in order to master the power of opening. I really can't find any relevant introduction to Susanoo. Is this the full power of my kaleidoscope shaker eye? It's completely identical to Itachi's power. But it's not bad. Now I don't have to be afraid anymore. Even without the protection of the village, I can still standing in the ninja world. Even if Danzang sends his Gen to hunt me down, I will let him go back and forth. Everything is ready. I only owe Dongfang. And now I'm waiting for the four of Yinan to come to the door. Kidnapped Sasuke, and then follow them out of the village, and give Konoha's man-timer the illusion that I was taken away by Sasuke, so it will save a lot of trouble. Although Yichin's current strength is no longer afraid of Konoha, it will be very troublesome to do so. No matter what, Chen is also a resident of Konoha. If the people of Konoha notice that Chen is fleeing from Konoha by himself, someone will definitely be sent to bring Chen back. At that time, Chen will not be at peace, so you can hide it for as long as you can. Haha. After disarming the kaleidoscope, Chen, who had nothing to do, yawned and went back to sleep. P.S. Do you feel that the plot is too fast, or the protagonist's strength is improving too fast? If you have any suggestions, please join a group to discuss together. Also looking for flowers. Ask for collection. Group 475,137,322. Chapter 35, Trends of All Parties. The next day, it was a gloomy weather, as if heavy rain would fall at any time, and the whole village was filled with a sad atmosphere. Sasuke got up early in the morning, put on a set of black underwear, and there was a hint of sadness in his expression. Sitting in front of the table in the living room, he lowered his head and wondered what he was thinking, while Chen also sat on the other side of the table, yawning from time to time, as if he hadn't slept enough. At this time, Haruno Sakura, a member of the same team as Sasuke, came to Sasuke, with the same black clothes and black pants, and the same sad expression. Sasuke. Haruno Sakura wanted to say something to Sasuke, but saw Sasuke wave his hand, so he didn't continue. Then she glanced at Chen, who was sitting on the other side with complex eyes. Although it was fleeting, Chen still saw disgust for Chen in her eyes. Let's go. Sasuke stood up and walked directly outside. After Sasuke walked out, Haruno Sakura looked at Chen again, this time without concealment. His eyes were full of disgust, as if he was looking at a piece of shit generally. Uchiha Chen, I don't care if you understand it or not. In short, I won't let you and Ino together anyway. You idiot is not worthy of Ino at all. Go after Sasuke. Hey, there's something wrong, this wide forehead is too wide, I really think I'm a character, idiot. Chen hated this Chunye Sakura in his previous life. At this time, on the roof of the Hokage office building, a group of people were gathered, all wearing black clothes and black trousers, silent. There was a sadness in the whole crowd, and they were all looking at a long table in front of them. There was a row of photos on the table. In the middle of the row of photos was a photo that was bigger than the other photos. The photo turned out to be Konoha's third-generation Hokage, Sarutobi Hizen. At this time, it rained heavily in the sky. It's raining. Even God is crying, Sarutobi Asma said sadly, looking at the falling rain. This funeral is to mourn the 3 generations of Hokage who died in this battle, as well as other victims. Mito Gateyan, a teammate of the 3 generations, who served as Konoha's advisor, said to the people below, and then asked everyone to come forward and lay flowers. Why did the 3rd generation grandpa die like this? Why? Looking at Konoha Maru who was crying beside him, Naruto was full of sadness. Ninjas are not allowed to express their feelings under any circumstances, they must prioritize their tasks, and they must not cry no matter what. Uruka-sensei, why can people risk their lives for others? Naruto returned to the crowd after putting down the white flower, and said to Uruka next to him. When a man dies alone, everything disappears. His past, present, and future disappear. Many people die in missions or wars, and they die easily, and Wind is one of them. Among those who died, some people also have dreams, and everyone has what they cherish the most. Parents, brothers, friends, lovers. They are all very important people to them. They trust and help each other. From the moment of birth, they feel with themselves. The most important person has fetters, and this fetter will become stronger and stronger with the passage of time. It doesn't need any big reason. People who have this fetter will definitely do it, because that's what he deserves to cherish. People. Well, I think I can understand the feeling, but death is really painful. The 3 generations of Hokage did not sacrifice in vain. He left us some important things, and one day you will understand these truths. I seem to understand that. Although the mourning over there has already begun, Kakashi was not present, but came to Konoha's memorial monument alone. It was raining heavily in the sky, and there was a sound of footsteps behind him. A man with long purple hair, woman holding a bouquet of white flowers and standing behind Kakashi. For Gale, although he didn't look back, Kakashi knew who was coming. The funeral of the 3rd generation has already begun, and we must hurry up. Senior Kakashi also came to see Obito. Since you are always looking for reasons for being late, why can't you come earlier? Maoyu Shion put the white flower in her hand in front of the memorial tablet, and knelt on the tablet with her hands folded forward. I came here early in the morning. It's just that every time I come here, I keep berating myself for being too stupid. Kakashi wanted to turn around and wanted to leave. Senior, does Lord Hokage still have a secret team? Azuki Shion suddenly thought of something, stood up and asked Kakashi who was about to leave. Secret team. Kakashi turned around and looked at Yazuki Yuyan suspiciously. I've worked in Anbu for many years, and I've never heard of a secret team. Really? Why do you ask that? I met a strange Anbu when I was chasing down an enemy yesterday, claiming to be the secret unit of Hokage-sama. Is it not tall? It sounds like I'm not very old. Have you seen the seniors? Yeah, at the beginning, I thought he was Anbu, but later, I noticed that he didn't have Anbu's unique flame tattoo on his arm, so he was not from Anbu. Not Anbu, who could that be? I don't know about this either, but he doesn't seem to have any ill will towards Konoha, but he has saved a lot of people. Is that so? Okay, The 3-generation memorial service is about to end, I'm going over there. After Kakashi left a sentence, he ignored Yuyushian and walked towards the Hokage Tower on his own. After that, the morning meeting for the 3 generations ended, the sky cleared, and the Chunin also left one after another. Iruka couldn't help but feel moved when he saw the figures of the little powerhouses. The little Konohas of Konoha, the 3 generations of adults, they seem to have inherited the will of fire that you said. The little fire that fell on Konoha will one day burn brightly, and they will continue to illuminate and protect this village, one day. Will become a new generation of Hokage. On the road from Konoha to Sandian, there are several sand shinobi. One of them is Maki, who confronted Kakashi, and the others when Konoha collapsed the plan. Found it. A sand ninja suddenly appeared in front of Maki and the others and said to them, "Go." Then the sand ninja led the way. Maki and the others followed behind the ninja and walked in one direction. After a few people came to a place, they found several extremely decomposed corpses, all of which were wearing Cheyon's ninja costumes. One of the corpses turned out to be Yushin robes, and another Feng-Ying hat. They've been dead for a long time. I'm afraid I've already died before the Chunin exam started. A sand ninja said to Maki, who came over. I see, that's what happened. That bastard Orochimaru, after killing Lord Feng-Ying, let Orochimaru or Do pretend to be Lord Feng-Ying. I am too careless. On the other side, in a dark secret room. Damn Tsurugi, Orochimaru said resentfully. At this time, Orochimaru, the soul of his arms had already been sealed by ghouls. Actually, it's not that simple. No matter what, your opponent is also the strongest Hokage in the 5 kingdoms. But you are so powerful that you actually gave 2 of the 5 shadows. The pharmacist on the side was respectful towards Orochimaru. Said, "You don't come to me again, or I'll kill you." Orochimaru turned his eyes towards the pharmacist. I didn't mean it that way. Although you didn't capture Konoha, there is one purpose for this plan. Sasuke Uchiha, you have been put on your collar now. Hey, I got it with my hands and all my ninjutsu. Originally, I didn't have much to do with Uchiha Itachi, but it was already an unfulfilled dream. Because he is stronger than me. Itachi's cold eyes flashed through Orochimaru's mind. That's why, I will leave that organization. At the same time, in a secret base in Urin village, there is a huge golem, with 9 figures standing on the 10 fingers of the golem. This place is the main base of the Shao organization, and the 9 figures are the core members of the Shao organization. They are all S-level rebel ninjas from various ninja villages. According to the information from outside, Orochimaru, who used to be a member of our organization yesterday, he teamed up with Sandian to attack Konoha. Although it was unsuccessful in the end, Konoha suffered a lot, and the 3rd Hokage was also killed by him. He has short orange hair, all kinds of nails on his face, and a pair of eyes. With a circle of lines, it is the way of heaven among the 6 pens. After hearing the news, Itachi, who had closed his eyes and rested, opened his eyes. Hey, it's just a bad old man who is too old to walk. This guy, Orochimaru, is really useless. How? 0, let me kill the traitor Orochimaru, and by the way, he will take his hands. The ring is brought back, just to add a person to the organization. Deidara on the side couldn't help shouting. Orochimaru just don't care about him for now, and if we come across him in the future, I'll take care of him. The current Konoha is being rebuilt, and a new Hokage has not yet been selected. It is the group of dragons without a leader, so no one should care about the 9-tailed Renjuli. Our organization has been preparing for that plan for so many years, although it is not yet fully prepared. However, this time, it will be regarded as a test. Who of you will go to the country of fire and bring back the 9-tailed Manzuli? Quote. Let me go. I will definitely bring back the 9-tailed Manzuli. No matter who dares to stop me, he will let him taste my momentary art. Deidara volunteered. No, this time can't cause too much commotion. Tiandao did not agree to Deidara's request. Kakato. Tiandao looked at Taki Shinobu's Kakato. However, Jiaodu didn't buy it. Humph. I still have to make money, I don't have time to do such a boring thing as tempting. I'm going. Just when Tiandao wanted to say something to the opposite corner, Itachi, who had been silent, spoke. You go. That's fine. Ah, exactly, I'm almost rusted by staying here, so let's go out with you, said the ghost shark in the same group as Itachi. Okay, that's it. After Tiandao Pain finished speaking, it turned into a cloud of smoke and disappeared. The rest of the people, after a lot of noise, also went to do their own things. P.S. Ask for flowers, ask for collection. Group Tale, 475,137,322. Chapter 36, Chao returns home. Oh ho, I got it, it's really good. Konoha is really the best, and the average score is very high. On the roof of the Hokage building, there was a wretched laughter. Wearing a kimono, he has long white hair, and a forehead guard on his forehead with an oil character written on it. It is one of Konoha's 3 ninjas, the mad ghost Jiraiya. At this time, Jiraiya was squatting on the side rail of the roof, holding a telescope in his hand while peeking at the women's bathhouse, while making a lewd laugh. You're doing such a boring thing again. A voice came from behind Zilai, and after being disturbed, Zilai put down the telescope in his hand and looked back. Humph, this is a material collection job. It turned out to be Uncle Menyan and teacher Xiaochun. What are the 2 consultants doing for me? Is that even a question? You should know without us saying it. Jiraiya also stood up, turned to look at Konoha's 2 advisors seriously. His expression suddenly changed, and he said casually, don't put on a scary face, I heard that we have already negotiated with Saiyand. It's over. Everything is caused by Orochimaru, and Cheyenne has nothing to do, and Cheyenne has already announced a full surrender to Konoha, so the negotiation is not important. From Konoha's standpoint, in order to restore national strength, we can only accept the other party's proposal. However, Konoha's current power is very low, and the top priority under the current situation is to assume that there will be a bigger crisis and prepare for it. Any neighboring country may take bold actions at any time. Therefore, we decided to convene the elites from the various units to form an emergency executive committee to deal with the assumed emergency before the power of the village is restored. But before that, we need a strong leader who can be trusted, and now there is the possibility of disputes everywhere, not only in Orochimaru, and Mito Menyan wanted to continue, but was interrupted by Jiraiya. You don't need to tell me this at all. Well, I'm going to continue to collect materials. Zilai also turned around and took out the binoculars again, intending to continue peeping. Let me tell you a policy first. We now need a 5th-generation Hokage. In the emergency meeting with the Fire Country Daimyo yesterday, we decided to have you Jirai as well. On the side of the bed, Xiaochun faced Jirai. He also said, I'm so sorry, I'm not suitable for this position. Jiraiya waved his hand without looking back. This is an established fact. If even one of the 3 of you is not suitable for Hokage, who else is suitable? There is another Sanin, Tsunade. Turning to bed, Xiaochun and Mito Kaoru looked at each other. Yes, that girl Tsunade does have this ability, but now she is nowhere to be seen. I'll just go and find her back. Compared to me who has no motivation, a clever Tsunade is more suitable for the role of Hokage, what do you think? Going to bed, Kaharu and Mito Kazuo made eye contact with each other, and then said to Jiraiya, I see, we will consider it as soon as possible. However, we will send 3 Anbu members to form a Tsunade search team with you. Quote. Don't worry, I won't run away. There's no need to send someone to monitor me. But, I want to take someone with me, because I found a very interesting newcomer. Continuing to peep, I left the Hokage building and went to Naruto. At this time, on the outer city wall of Konoha village, 2 uninvited guests came. Wearing a black robe with red clouds and a hat on his head, one of them also carried a huge weapon rolled up by bandages on his back. It was Akatsuki's Uchiha Itachi and dried persimmon ghost shark. The 2 stood on the city wall and looked down at Konoha in front and below. Although the destruction was avoided, the damage is still serious. The originally prosperous village is. It's really pitiful. Uchiha Itachi sighed with emotion when he looked at the severely damaged Konoha village in front of him. It's not like your style. Even you will miss your hometown, said the ghost shark on the side. No, I'm not nostalgic. Itachi, still with facial paralysis, did not show other emotions because he returned to his hometown. Hey, what's next? Enter the village, follow me. After Itachi finished speaking, he jumped off the city wall first. The ghost shark followed closely, and after the two landed, they walked towards the village. When they came to the gate of Konoha, the ninja guarding the gate was knocked down by Itachi with an illusion. After entering the village, the villagers of Konoha did not notice the two of them. Where are you going now? Go directly to the nine-tailed Manzuri. No, go to a place with me first. Itachi walked in one direction. Okay, listen to you. The ghost shark had no choice but to follow in Itachi's footsteps. On the other hand, in the past 2 days, he did not go to the laboratory to practice, but stayed at home. The same is true today. When Chen woke up, Sasuke had already left the house, and Chen came to the yard alone to bask in the sun. Really, it's so boring. Sasuke is really hardworking. He went out early in the morning, and I was bored at home alone. Chen, who had nothing to do, lay directly on the corridor in the yard, wanting to bask in the sun. While sleeping. At this time, Chen suddenly noticed that someone was staring at him from a certain place, and the system also followed with a prompt. Remind the host that the host is being monitored. Do you want to transmit images? Could it be that Danzang sent someone to monitor me again? Not knowing who was coming, Chen Yi didn't dare to act rashly, and continued to lie down and pretend to sleep. System, send me the monitor's image. Ding, the image has been sent. As soon as the system's prompt sound fell, a picture appeared in Chen's mind. There were two people standing on a big tree outside Chen and Sasuke's house, looking at Chen at this time. It's him. So it is, Chen secretly said in surprise after discovering the identity of the person who came. Yo, I heard that you have 2 younger brothers, is this one of them? It's so different from you. Hey, waste, there is no value in using it at all. He should have been reunited with his parents in the first place. Now, he is not even qualified to die in my hands. Chen said indifferently, but I didn't think so in my heart. I'm sorry, Chen. I didn't expect you to become like this, but that's okay, compared to being recruited into the root department and becoming a tool that only obeys orders and has no emotions. My brother would rather let you live like this carefree. The 3 generations still kept their promises and kept Sasuke from being taken away by Danzo's people, otherwise. Looking at Chen's silly appearance, Itachi felt deeply remorseful, and really didn't want to stay here for too long. Let's go, said, and the ghost shark left. Are you gone? Chen also sat up from the corridor after Itachi and Gui Shark left, wiping the saliva from the corner of his mouth. Itachi Uchiha, the 3-generation-old man has just been killed by Orochimaru, and he can't wait to come back. It's to let the high-level officials of Konoha know that he is not dead and achieve the purpose of protecting Sasuke. He is really a big brother. Competent. Chen looked at the direction Itachi was leaving, and sneered in his heart. Chen knew that the culprit on the night of the genocide was Danzo, but after all, Itachi personally did it. Although he doesn't resent Itachi like Sasuke does, he doesn't forgive Itachi every time he thinks that Itachi killed Makoto. After Itachi left Tatsu and Sasuke's house, he and Oni entered a tea house, and Kakashi happened to be waiting for Sasuke outside the tea house. Seeing Itachi wearing a black robe with red clouds, he doubted Itachi's identity, but he did not take immediate action. At this time, Kurenai Yuhi and Asuma Sarutobi, who had just died, came towards him. Seeing these two people, Kakashi said jokingly, "Yo, you two have a good relationship. I hate this smoker very much." Idiot, it was Hongdu who asked me to buy balls for her, and it happened to happen. Yuhi red blushes in defense. It's you, what are you doing here alone? Asuma Sarubi, who had just died, asked Kakashi. Ah, it's nothing, I'll buy some tribute and wait for someone by the way. Kakashi squinted at Itachi who was drinking tea in the tea house. I'm waiting for Sasuke. Hearing Sasuke's name, Itachi's hand holding the cup trembled slightly. Hey, it's rare that you are waiting for someone. Are you going to pay tribute to Obito? Said Sarutobi Asuma, who had just died. Yes. At this time, Sasuke also came to the tea house, looked at Kakashi and said in surprise, Kakashi, you are here first, it's really rare. Occasionally, Kakashi glanced at Itachi's seat again, and found that Itachi had disappeared. Then he looked at Red and Asuma Sarubi, who had just died, and gestured to them. The two of them also expressed their understanding, nodded slightly to Kakashi, and then ran away. Red and Asuma Sarubi, who had just died, intercepted Itachi and Oni in a river. You two are not from Konohamato village, why are you here? Asuma Sarubi, who died of his father, asked the two of them. Long time no see, Mr. Asuma, Miss Hong. You actually know us, so you used to be the ninjas of the village. Itachi raised his hand and took off his bamboo hat, showing off his riding wheel. Hong and Asuma, whose father died, said in surprise, You are. You can't be wrong, you are Itachi Uchiha. P.S. After a chapter of water, the protagonist will leave the village tomorrow. Ask for flowers, ask for a reward. Group Tale, 475,137,322. Chapter 37, Sasuke Flees. Uchiha Itachi, you have committed a horrific crime, and you dare to go back to Konoha, you are very timid. It turns out that both of you know Itachi, so let me introduce myself. The ghost shark also took off the hat on his head, revealing his shark face that made people cry. Dry persimmon ghost shark, please advise me in the future. There's nothing to teach you, I'll get rid of the two of you now. The smoker said arrogantly to the two rebels in front of him. I said Itachi, the people in the village seem to hate you. On the side, Hong Yuhi looked at the ghost shark solemnly. I know who you are, the dry persimmon ghost shark, the ninja of the former Kurikan, because he is suspected of killing the daimyo and destroying the country, so he is a fugitive ninja wanted by the country of water. Both of you are both an S-class felon on the wanted list. Mr. Asuma, Miss Hong, please don't mind your own business. I don't want to kill you too. Hey, it's not like the one who killed your compatriots would know what you said, Uchiha Itachi. I know you won't appear here in such an inexplicable dress without a purpose. What is your purpose? The smoker asked indifferently. At this time, the ghost shark on the side couldn't stand it any longer, so he untied the glue on his back. This long-winded guy is so annoying, do you want to cut him? It seems that we can't leave the village peacefully, but don't overdo it, your moves are too ostentatious. Understood. The ghost shark looked at the smoker Asuma in front of him with a cruel smile. Afterwards, the two gangs fought. Of course, Asuma, the smoky ghost with the strength of the ninja, was not the opponent of the ghost shark. The ghost shark used a glue muscle to cut off a large piece of meat on the smoker's arm, and Yuhi Kane cast an illusion on Itachi and the ghost shark. But it was rebounded by Itachi's riding wheel. Just when Yuhika was about to be killed by Uchiha Itachi, Kakashi arrived, rescued Yuhi, and copied the ghost shark's ninjutsu when the ghost shark released the water escape to the smoker Asuma, offsetting it. The ninjutsu attack of the ghost shark. However, in the end, Uchiha Itachi showed the ability of a kaleidoscope to write round eyes, and read the month. Kakashi ordered Smokey and Hong to close their eyes not to look at Itachi, and he resisted Itachi with the writing wheel eye of his left eye, but to no avail. Although he experienced 72 hours of torture in the space of monthly reading, it was only a moment in reality. Kakashi's spirit was severely traumatized, and he was powerless to fight Itachi. In the conversation with Uchiha Itachi, Kakashi revealed the organization that Uchiha Itachi is in, and also said that the purpose of their trip was for the 9 tails in Naruto. It surprised Itachi and Oni Shark, and then Itachi asked Oni Shark to take Kakashi away, and let the smoker Asma and Yuhika disappear. Just when the ghost shark was about to start, Konoha's blue beast Matekai appeared in time and kicked the ghost shark away. And threatened to find a way to deal with Itachi, that is, not to look at Itachi in the eyes of the battle. As long as you look at the opponent's hands and feet to understand the opponent's actions, you can deal with it, but he is the only one who can do this. Just when the ghost shark wanted to continue, it was stopped by Itachi. Ghost shark, forget it. We are not here to fight. Unfortunately, we can't do it anymore, we withdraw. Really, I finally got my hands on it. But, there is no way. Ghost shark grumbled unhappily, and then he and Itachi dodged and disappeared in front of Kakashi and the others. On the other hand, Jiraiya took Naruto to find Tsunade, and Itachi and Ghost Zhao ambushed them at an inn after learning about it. Just when Itachi deceived Jiraiya with a trick and planned to arrest Naruto, Sasuke appeared. Sasuke was listening to the conversations of the Shang Nin, and learned that Itachi had returned to the village, and the target turned out to be Naruto, so he chased after him, just in time to catch up with the ghost shark to arrest Naruto. After Sasuke saw Itachi, he was dominated by hatred and used Chidori to attack Itachi frantically. However, the strength is disparate. Chidori was easily cracked by Itachi, and Sasuke's wrist was also broken by Itachi. After that, Itachi performed the moon reading on Sasuke again, so that the scene of the night of the genocide was reproduced, and Sasuke was also traumatized and lost consciousness because of the moon reading. At the critical moment, Jiraiya arrived, and channeled out of the esophagus of the big toad in Miaomu Mountain, trapping the Itachi and the ghost shark. Finally, Itachi unleashes another ability of his kaleidoscope shaker, Amaterasu. Boil and exit in the toad's esophagus and escape. Then, Konoha's blue beast Matekai also came, and Jiraiya ordered him to bring Sasuke back to Konoha, while himself and Naruto continued to look for Tsunade. On the way, Jiraiya also taught Naruto the Muji ninjutsu, Spiral Maru, created by the fourth Hokage. The two of them practiced while looking for Tsunade. In the end, the two met Tsunade in a restaurant and learned that Orochimaru had already found Tsunade. When Jiraiya proposed to let Tsunade return Konoha to take up the post of Hokage, Tsunade refused and said, "Hokage is simply trash, only a fool would do it." He challenged Tsunade to the best of his ability, but was ravaged by Tsunade. But Tsunade was surprised by the half-hearted Spiral Maru at the end. In the end, Tsunade and Naruto made a bet that if Naruto could master the spiral pill within a week, she admitted that Naruto could become Naruto, and gave Naruto the pendant that was once owned by the first generation. A week later, Tsunade left Jiraiya and Mute and others, went to find Orochimaru alone, and fought with Orochimaru. At the end, Jiraiya and others also came, but because Jiraiya was drugged by Tsunade before, he could not exert his full strength, and he was at a disadvantage in the battle against Orochimaru. However, Yaoshido took advantage of Tsunade's weakness of fear of blood, making Tsunade incapacitated, and was injured by Yaoshido. After that, in order to protect Tsunade, Naruto fought with Yaoshido, but was defeated by Yaoshido. At the last moment, at the cost of being seriously injured by the pharmacist, Naruto grabbed the pharmacist, restricted his movement, and used the spiral pill to repel the pharmacist. Tsunade also conquered his fear with Naruto's insistence. Tsunade, who lost his fear of blood, used the secret technique Yin Seal created by himself, created regeneration, restored his combat power, and joined forces with Jiraiya to attack Orochimaru. Orochimaru was defeated and retreated. After repelling Orochimaru, the four set foot on the road back to the village. After the four returned to the village, Tsunade assumed the post of Hokage of the 5 generations and cured Kakashi and Sasuke. Then he tried to heal Shaoli, who was injured by Gaara during the Chunin exam. After learning that Tsunade, who has the strongest medical ninjutsu, had returned to the village, Ino and Koi dragged Chen to Tsunade. I hope that Tsunade can cure Chen, but Tsunade did not find out what was wrong, and told them that everything was normal for Chen. As for why it was like this, she said she didn't know. Maybe Chen couldn't accept the fact of the genocide and wanted to escape from reality, so she didn't want to wake up. This result made Ino and the others feel helpless, so they had to send Chen back, hoping that Chen would return to normal one day. After Sasuke recovered, the 7th class was sent to the Hokage Tower, and Tsunade asked them to perform a mission. Great! Mission! There must be something to do. Naruto was already excited when he heard that Tsunade wanted them to carry out the mission. But Kakashi-sensei isn't here. Sakura didn't find Kakashi in the Naruto building. Are you late as usual again? No, Kakashi won't be here. Tsunade said to the three of them. As you know, almost all other joinin, including Kakashi, have other tasks. This time, the task is it's up to the three of you to complete the mission level B, protect the dignitaries. Protect VIPs. Of course, depending on the specific situation, it may also become an A-level escort mission. In the tea country of the neighboring country, the competition at the ceremony of worshipping the gods and Buddhas at the Motorugi shrine is held every 4 years, and the opponent requests to protect the runners participating in the competition. We took the job. After receiving the mission, the three set off to the country of tea to perform the mission, protecting a runner named Morino Toshi, and fighting the ninja sent by the opponent on the way. In the battle, Naruto's strength made Sasuke look at him. However, among the ninjas sent by the other party, one of the ninjas used to be the ninja teacher of Konoha. He used his hand to steal the sword of the second-generation Hokage, the Sword of Thor. In the duel with this ninja, Sasuke and Naruto lost one after another and were seriously injured, but in the end, Naruto broke out and defeated the enemy. After returning to Konoha, Sasuke was also admitted to the hospital. While in the hospital, Sasuke recalled the previous battle and found the gap between him and Naruto. Proud of him, when Naruto came to visit him, he challenged Naruto. Sakura's persuasion was ineffective, and the two then faced off on the roof of the hospital, and even used their own tricks, Chidori and Spiramaru. Just when Chidori and Spiramaru were about to collide, the brain-dead Sakura ran directly between them in order to stop them. Seeing that Sakura was about to die at the hands of both of them, Kakashi appeared in time to save Sakura. In the end, Sasuke left angrily after discovering that Spiral Maru had done more damage than Chidori. At night, the group of 4 nin sent by Orochimaru also sneaked into Konoha, found Sasuke, and told him that he would never get power in Konoha. Only by cutting off everything in the village and following Orochimaru, would he get more power. Strong force. Sasuke thought a lot by himself, and finally decided to follow Orochimaru in order to gain strong power. After Sasuke went home and cleaned up, he ran away overnight and met Haruno Sakura at the gate of Konoha. Haruno Sakura knew that Sasuke would not come back once he left, so he tried his best to keep Sasuke, and made an affectionate confession to Sasuke, and then Sasuke knocked her unconscious with a very moving punch, and then walked out of the village without looking back. Just after Sasuke left, a figure suddenly came out of the dark. Ah, I watched a good show for free. It's a pity that the ending was not as happy as I imagined. It is Uchiha Chen. P.S. I underestimated the plot. I didn't expect another chapter. I'm sorry. Tomorrow, the protagonist is guaranteed to appear. Ask for flowers. Ask for collection. Group Tale, 475,137,322. Chapter 38, Escape from Konoha. When the 4 of them found Sasuke, Chen was watching, and he knew it was time to leave. Urzuzi went home with his luggage and walked towards Konoha's gate, and then to Haruno Sakura's confession. In the end, Sasuke knocked Haruno Sakura unconscious, and Chendu saw it. After Sasuke left, Chen also came out from the dark. I watched a good show for free, but the ending was not as good as I imagined. Since Sasuke has defected to Orochimaru, I have nothing to worry about. It's time to say goodbye to Konoha. Chen swaggered towards the gate of the village like this. This Konoha's guard work is too bad. It would be fine if Itachi and Gui Zhao sneaked in. After all, they are all shadow-level powerhouses. People like that can come and go freely in Konoha, and no one has found it. Right now, there is no guard at the gate, which is unscientific. Chen passed by Haruno Sakura with an expression of disgust. Idiot, what an eyesore. But without paying any attention, he continued to walk outside the village. After walking out the door and looking around, Chen's heart was also very excited, and finally he was about to leave this cage where he had lived for 13 years. Although he has lived in Konoha for more than 10 years, after the night of the genocide, Chen has been staying at home. Konoha has no sense of belonging to Chen, and the only bond is his fellow brother, Sasuke Uchiha. Although Chen did not like Sasuke in his previous life, it could even be said that he hated him. However, in this life, he has become Sasuke's brother Uchiha Chen by accident, and Sasuke has been taking care of him for the past few years. Although Sasuke shows disdain for him every time, Chen can still feel Sasuke's concern for his brother. Now that Sasuke has left Konoha and went to Orochimaru, he has nothing to miss in Konoha. Chen randomly chose a direction to walk, took a few steps, and looked back at Konoha village. Konoha, goodbye. After saying that, he turned around and left without any nostalgia. Chen looked for a direction, and quickly flew towards the front. I kept running and running for a long time. Chen didn't know where this direction was going, and he didn't need to know. All he knew was that he was free, and that he no longer needed to hide and be timid as before. In the quiet night, Chen was running through the mountains and forests quickly, running and shouting, I want to add more, I want to add more. After running for a long time, Chen finally passed through the forest and came to a pipeline. Since it was late at night, Chen did not meet anyone. I've been running all night, it should be very far away from Konoha. Take a break for a while, this is the official road, there will definitely be caravans coming and going tomorrow, and I'll leave after that. Thinking of this, Chen was on the side of the road. I randomly found a tree and jumped up, found a comfortable place to lie down, and spent the night there. The next morning, Sakura, who was in a coma, was woken up, and then reported to the 5 generations of Hokage Tsunade that Sasuke had escaped. Tsunade ordered Shikamaru to form a pursuit team by himself, and let him lead the team to pursue Sasuke. However, all this has nothing to do with Chen. He is not worried that Sasuke will be captured. He has seen the anime in his previous life, and he already knows the result. Although there is a character like him in this life, but now he does not affect the plot. Chen was awakened by a feeling of hunger, opened his eyes and saw that it was noon. When Chen woke up, he looked around in confusion, habitually thinking that he was still at home, and it took a while to reflect. Then came the ecstasy. This is not at home, nor in Konoha, I have already left the village, this is not a dream, haha. I am free, Chen shouted excitedly. But the wailing of his stomach brought Chen back to reality. Looks like I need to get something to eat. I haven't eaten anything since yesterday, so it's no wonder my stomach growls. Chen psyched out a little poodle and asked him to go hunting. He found a place to make a fire and waited for the little poodle. Every poodle is a natural hunter, and the little poodle that Chen psyched out brought back to Chen an unknown animal that looked like a rabbit. Chen didn't care so much, just peeled the skin and roasted it on the fire. After roasting, it was eaten. Although there was no seasoning, the taste was still good. Chen eats the roasted rabbit while thinking about the way out in the future. I'm penniless now, and the top priority is to get some money, and I can't let my practice fall, which makes me think of a place. The underground exchange is a good choice. You can use the people on the reward order to practice your skills. Not only can you getting a large amount of rewards can also improve your strength, and more importantly, you can get points. Let's do it for now. Anyway, I haven't figured out where to go, just find a place. Quote. Chen quickly finished the food in his hand and walked on the official road alone. Not long after, a group of men and horses came behind Chen, pulling a few carts of goods on their way, which seemed to be a caravan. There are about 7 or 8 people in this caravan, all of them strong men. 2 of them were riding a horse each, with a sword hanging from their waists. They should be the guards of the caravan. There were also 4 horses pulling 4 carriages, 3 of which were full of camels. The other carriage was the kind of wagon for people. The team also saw Chen, and found that Chen was walking on the official road by himself, which was a bit strange. After all, there is no shop in front of the villager in the back, and there is still a long way to go from the next station. Is this young man planning to walk by himself? At this time, an old man stepped out of the caravan and asked Chen, "Where is this little brother going? Why are you alone?" When Ben Chen saw the caravan coming, he was about to approach him and ask those people to take him for a ride. Before he could speak, an old man on the other side asked him first. Chen Yi politely replied to the old man, "Hello uncle, I want to go to the next town, can you take me for a ride?" "Is that so? There is still a long way to go to the next station. If you don't dislike it, then let's go with us. If you are alone, you may encounter some danger. You can leave when you arrive at the next inn." After listening to Chen's words, the old man agreed to Chen. After all, Chen is not very old and doesn't look like a bad person. "So I thought it wouldn't matter if I brought an extra child, just let Chen leave by himself at the next station." "Sir." At this time, the two warriors in the caravan wanted to say something to the old man. However, the old man waved his hand, indicating that they don't need to say more, and then continued to ask Chen, "How is it?" Chen Dangrang was so desperate, he nodded and agreed without thinking about it. "Then you can sit in Zongtian's carriage. Zongtian, you will bring this little brother," the old man said to the people in one of the carriages in the convoy. "Yes, my lord," replied the big man named Zongtian. "Go on, little brother, we have to hurry. We must feel the station before it gets dark, otherwise it will be in danger at night," the old man said to Chen, and then walked towards the caravan again. "Thank you uncle." Chen thanked the old man, then walked to the carriage of the big man named Zongtian and sat next to the big man. "Okay, continue on the road." The two warriors shouted to everyone when they saw the old man returning to the caravan, and then rode their horses and drove ahead, followed by the convoy behind. P.S. In another chapter below, ask for flowers. Ask for collection. Group Tale, 475,137,322. Chapter 39, Encountered by Robbers. Chen followed the convoy towards the unknown post station, and on the way talked with the big man next to him. "Uncle Zongtian, where are you going?" Chen asked the man next to him. "We're going to take the food rich in the Land of Fire to a place called the Land of Bears, in exchange for their special products, and then bring Konoha. Although I don't know if there are special products in the Land of Bears." The country of bears. I don't have the slightest impression of where this place is. It's probably a small country. Chen stopped Zongtian's words and thought to himself. "Little brother, how about you?" "Me, I don't know where I'm going either." Chen chatted with the big man named Zongtian, and Chen also learned from Zongtian's mouth where the place called Bear Country was. When it comes to the Kingdom of Bears, some people may know it, but if you want to talk about Xingnan Village, everyone must understand. That's right, it is the Star Ninja Village in the original book. There is a meteorite in that village, which fell 200 years ago, so the village is called Star Ninja Village. The ninjas in the village will practice around the meteorite, because the meteorite is radioactive and reacts to chakra. The star ninjas are good at peacock magic, which can turn chakra into various shapes to attack and even fly. The disadvantage is that it cannot defend against melee attacks during the spell. Although the energy contained in the meteorite has a strong increase in the chakra of the practitioners, not everyone can control this increase and cause damage to the body, so for ordinary people, the practice is at the cost of huge damage to the body, so the third generation Star Shadow stopped the practice. It was just a small ninja village, and the number of ninjas was only about 100 or 200 people, most of them were shinobi. The leaders of the villages of the past dynasties were given the title of Xingying, but they were self-proclaimed, which was far worse than the shadows of the 5 ninja villages with the national title. The strongest Star Shadow is only the strength of the elite Jonin. I see, there is such a ninja village in the country of bears. Although the strength of the village is not very good, it seems that the star contains part of the power of the 10 tails. It should be a very valuable thing. If it is sold to the system, it is estimated that can sell for a good price. Hee. Chen Xin secretly said. Ding! The system releases a task. The host enters the country of bears, and snatch the stars of Xingnan village. The task reward, 10,000 points. The task fails, 10,000 points are deducted. The task time limit, none. Do you accept it? At this time, the system came to prompt. Oh, hee hee, the system and I have thought about it, and they want to snatch other people's things. What a badass. But, I like it. Of course I'll take it. After accepting the task, Chen asked Zongtian next to him for information about Xingnan village, but Zongtian was just an ordinary person who didn't know much, so Chen had no choice but to give up. When Chen, who was sitting on the carriage, was drowsy by the shaking of the carriage, he suddenly sensed that there were dozens of people ambushing in the grass on both sides of the official road not far ahead. However, Chen did not remind the caravan. In Chen's induction, most of the opponents were ordinary people, and only one of them had a little bit of strength, probably the level of tolerance. This group of people should be just a group of robbers, and the person with the strength of tolerance should be their leader. Oh, the story of dog blood is coming, Chen said with a sneer in his heart. The caravan had entered the enemy's encirclement, but the two warriors didn't notice it at all. At this time, several bows and arrows were shot from the grass on both sides, and they were pinned in front of the caravan, blocking the way of the caravan. The two samurai were startled and hurriedly pulled out the daggers on their waists. Enemy attack, be careful. Turn back, turn back. The two samurai shouted to the caravan, telling them to turn around and leave. However, they had already entered the encirclement of the robbers, and just when they wanted to turn the carriage around, a group of robbers had already sped out from behind, blocking the escape route. There's someone behind. Damn, it's a robber. The caravan's people were already in a mess. At this time, a group of robbers also sprang from the front and stopped in front of the caravan, and the caravan was blocked in the middle by two groups of robbers. It's over, it's over. There used to be no robbers here. This must be a new robber. How could it be so unlucky today? I hope they will let us live after they get the money. Zongtian, who was sitting next to Chen weeping sadly, praying. But when he saw the calm Chen, he asked strangely, "Little brother, aren't you afraid?" Afraid? No, I'm penniless. Those robbers will definitely not treat me like that. Chen said with a relaxed smile. I won't do anything to you. They're robbers, and if you don't have money, they'll kill you. Then kill me. Anyway, I'm a bitch. You, forget it. I've never seen a person like you before, and you're not afraid of death. That Zongtian was angry with Chen. Ha ha ha. After waiting for a whole day, the uncle finally met a fat sheep. The robber leader smiled happily while looking at the goods on the carriages that were stuck in the middle. What do you want to do? A samurai in the caravan asked the robber in front of him. Ha ha, what do you want to do? You even ask us what we want to do. Youngsters, tell him, uncle, what do I want to do? The leader of the robbers shouted arrogantly. Boss, stop talking nonsense with them, just kill them all. A robber ran up to the leader and suggested, but was kicked to the ground by the leader. Stupid pig, you want to hurt or we going to kill us? If we kill them with bean paste, this matter will become a big problem. At that time, there will be other caravans who will come to the ninja village to entrust a mission to destroy us, and we will have to run for our lives again. Then the robber leader was right. The person accompanying the caravan said, you all know what I'm going to do. I just want the money, leave everything, and you can get out. Otherwise, don't blame me for being cruel. At this time, the old man sitting in the caravan came out. Facing the numerous robbers, he did not show the slightest nervousness, as if he had something to rely on, and then calmly said to the robber in front of him, Humph. I hate you the most. These robbers have no quality at all. Then he took out a money bag from his pocket and threw it in front of the robber leader. This money will be rewarded to you. Hurry up, or something will happen later. But don't blame me. Then the old man turned around and planned to return to the caravan. Chen looked at the old man thoughtfully. I didn't see it. This old man is quite capable of pretending. But what is he relying on? Are these two trash warriors? Impossible, these two trash. He can be killed at will. If not, what does he rely on? Hey, old man, are you looking for death? It seems that you didn't understand what I said. The leader of the robber was a little impatient. HMPH. The greedy robber, it seems that you can't be too kind to you. Let the two take action. I don't want to see him again. The old man said to the two samurai in the caravan. This. The two warriors were timid, not daring to make a move. 2. Hurry up, the old man urged again, seeing that the two warriors hadn't made a move yet. Are you finished? Since you don't make a move, then I'm welcome. The leader of the robber was impatient, and drew out the broadsword from his waist to prepare to make a move. Don't you two claim to be slaying 100 people? Hurry up and drive those robbers away. The old man anxiously shouted at the two warrior guards. Big sir, we. The two warriors hesitated, but they never dared to make a move. Kamita, didn't you say that you killed 100 robbers by yourself? And you, Turtle, didn't you say that you killed a robber from a cottage alone? I hired you when you said that. Yes, you hurry up and drive those robbers away. I am sorry, then. That's all a lie to you. We are not 100 people at all. We said this to make you hire us. We didn't do this task. What? You two bastards. Unexpectedly, the old man was so angry that he was fooled by these two idiots. Ha ha ha, you know each other, dead old man, do you have anything to rely on? The robber head looked at the old man and laughed arrogantly. PFF'd. Ha 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 tilde it turns out that this old man really wants to rely on those two trash to act as a coward. Just kidding me, isn't this pretending to be a fool? Seeing such a dramatic scene, Chen couldn't help laughing. Came out. Enough. I don't want to waste time doing these boring things anymore, although killing all of you will cause some trouble. But there are so many supplies here, after we rob them, we can change the place. Small people, kill me. Humph, I still need someone to take me to the country of bears. How could you ruin my good deeds? Seeing the robbers getting ready to do something, Chen jumped up from the carriage and quickly formed a seal in the air, then he first confronted the robbers. The group of robbers at the back of the convoy used the fire escape. How fireball technique. A giant fireball spewed out of his throat. The group of robbers were all ordinary people and could not escape Chen's fireball. The fireball devoured it. Nani, there are still ninjas, damn, I'll kill you. The robber leader was furious when he saw that his subordinates were killed like this. Raising the sword in his hand, Shang Chen attacked. P.S. Ask for flowers. Ask for a reward. Group Tale, 475,137,322. Chapter 40, Coming to Xingnan Village. After Chen killed the robber in the rear with the fireball, the leader of the robber on the opposite side attacked Shang Chen angrily. Bastard, go to hell. The leader of the robber waved the long knife in his hand and slashed at Chen, but Chen was caught between two fingers. A section of the blade shot at the robber chief. Damn, the robber leader yelled and twisted his body to dodge, but when he turned around, Chen had appeared in front of him and threw his fist towards his chest. The robber leader hurriedly used an arm was placed across his chest, trying to block Chen's fist. When Chen's fist hit the robber leader's arm, there was a horrific sound of bone cracking, accompanied by the robber leader's scream. Then I saw that the robber leader flew out and smashed into the group of robbers. I saw that the robber leader had died, and there was a depression in his chest, which was hit by Chen's fist. Ding! The host kills a genin. Reward points. 10. The existing points. System, why are there so few points? Did you eat it? Chen found out that he only had 10 points for killing Xanon, and questioned the system. Answer the host, because the host's strength has improved, it is no longer possible to get points for killing Shamanin, and only 10 points can be obtained symbolically. That's it, really stingy. Since that was the case, Chen also had to accept his fate. How is it possible, the leader? The leader was so strong that he was killed by him. Let's go together and avenge the leader. The rest of the robbers and gangsters rushed over, clamoring for Shangchen. However, after seeing Chen staring at them with a cruel grin, they suddenly woke up. This guy is not the soft guy he met before. Even such a strong leader was killed by him in 2 strokes. They even want to take revenge without being self-sufficient. If they go up, they will be killed like the leader. Bar. Thinking of this, the group of robbers were so frightened that they dispersed, and Chen didn't bother to pay attention to them, and went back to the carriage to sit down. The big man named Zongtian immediately jumped out of the carriage and said to Chen excitedly, "It turns out that little brother is such a powerful ninja. No wonder he was so calm just now. It turns out that he didn't take the group of robbers seriously." "Well, it's all right." The old man also came to Chen at this time. "I didn't expect my little brother to be a powerful ninja. Thank you, little brother, for helping out. Otherwise, our trucks will definitely not be guaranteed, and we will even be robbed by robbers. Kill. It's all because of those 2 bastards who lied to me and almost killed us. In the future, I will only hire ninjas when I hire guards, and I will never trust these Ronin warriors again." "You're welcome, uncle, let everyone hurry." Chen waved his hand at the old man, indicating that he didn't care. "That's right, wait until the next station to thank the little brother well." The old man thought of this, then returned to his car and told his men to continue on their way. At this time, the 2 warriors came to the old man. "Sir. In fact, we used a tactic just now. We planned to wait for those robbers to relax their vigilance before doing it. What are you guys? You 2 shameless bastards, get out of here." The old man saw that the 2 samurai actually came close to him, and shouted angrily at the 2 samurai, "It's still a plot, really? Are you taking me for an idiot? Then the reward we talked about earlier. What? You still have the face to ask me for money? You all get out of here, get out of me." Seeing that the old man was angry, the 2 warriors had to forcefully leave. They didn't dare to force the old man to give money. After all, the ninja was still in the caravan just now. After that, the caravan continued on its way, and there were no more accidents along the way. When the sky was about to get dark, they finally came to a small town where the caravan rested at night. After a night's rest, the caravan continued to set off for the bear country. After several days of long journeys, Chen's caravan finally arrived in the country of bears. And Chen also said goodbye to the caravan. When Chen left, the old man in the caravan gave Chen a little trouble, as if it was Chen's reward for guarding the caravan these days, and the penniless Chen either as shirk, gladly accept it. After leaving the caravan, Chen actually found a hotel to rest for the night, and the next day he found someone to find out the location of Xingnin village. Then he rushed to Xingnin village alone. "This is Xingnin village, right? I didn't expect that this place is really surrounded by poisonous gas." At this time, Chen was standing on the edge of a cliff, looking at the yellow smoke that was filled under the cliff. "This is really a natural barrier. Ordinary people must wear gas masks if they want to go there. But I don't have that stuff, but it's not difficult for me." After Chen finished speaking, he jumped up and down, towards the air, and then using the moon step, he ran towards Xingnan village in the air, and it didn't take long for him to pass the range of the poisonous smoke. Chen didn't plan to hide his tracks. So when he just crossed the poisonous smoke area, he was discovered by the guards of Xingnan village. "Look at the sky, what is that?" Xing Ren, who discovered Chen, exclaimed. "My God, it seems that a person can fly in the sky without using the peacock technique. What is going on? Stop talking so much, everyone is on guard. Jiro, go back and report to Lord Hongxing." "Ah, yes." The Xingren named Jiro glanced at Chen Hu in the sky, and immediately ran to the village. "That's the ninja of Xingren village, hee. Welcome your uninvited guests." Chen sneered, and then rushed towards the Xingren. Then it landed very strongly in front of the few star ninjas, smashing the ground a few cracks, causing a shocking scene. "You, who are you? You dare to trespass into our Xingren village, what do you want to do?" The Xingren were surprised when they saw the movement made by Chen. However, he still asked Chen sternly. "Don't be nervous, I just want to ask you some news." Chen spread his hands, indicating that the other party should not be so nervous. Quickly answer our question, outsider. Who the hell are you? What do you want to do in our Xingren village? Seeing that Chen did not answer their questions, the Xingren asked again, and surrounded Chen. Up. Chi, it seems that I can't communicate well, so I can only use brute force to make you speak. Chen showed a cruel grin at those Xingren. Let's go, no matter who he is, we will stop him first and then hand it over to Lord Hongxing. Those Xingren attacked Chen at the same time while holding kunai, but this kind of attack was the most difficult for Chen. Hope not enough. Lei done. Chidoryu. Just after those few Xingren entered Chen's ninjutsu range, Chen used Lei done. Chidoryu again, instantly paralyzing those Xingren to the ground for a while. Incapacitated. Those Xingren are only at the level of genin, and they are a few points weaker than the genin of the 5 great ninja villages. After suffering from Chen's Chidori style, they cannot recover in a short period of time. So, can you answer my question now? Chen walked up to a Xingren, squatted down, and asked the Xingren, tell me, where are your stars? What? So your target is the star of our village. You don't have to worry about it, just tell me where it is. Humph, I won't tell you. Xingren, who was asked by Chen, snorted coldly at Chen, but did not tell Chen Xing's whereabouts. Oh, if that's the case, then you die. Chen was not annoyed, but cruelly twisted the neck of that Xingren. Then Chen came to another star shinobi. Tell me. Bah, don't even think about it, Lord Hongxing won't let you go. The Xingren also said stubbornly. Oh, that's right, it's a pity you can't see it. After speaking to the Xingren, Chen also twisted his neck. They don't know each other, what about you?